Yo, we're here, bro. We're here.
The allegiance in full effect.
How do you feel?
I mean, I think it's good. We had to confirm the allegiance. We had to get our own show. Everyone seems to have a show, so we had to get this done just to make sure that everyone knew it was for real. It wasn't a one-time thing. The Dubonez from Mars, it's a real thing.
It's a real thing for real, bars. I can't believe it. I can't believe we're here, man. You ever seen that Paul Rudd meme when he was eating the hot wings?
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
That's exactly how I feel right now. I got a tear coming down my eye right now, bro.
It's a great moment. It's a big moment.
Big moment in PC history. Welcome you guys all tuning in the chat. Welcome to you guys all waiting in the waiting room right now. We this is the first start of Open Gym with the Debonaires from Mars. Um, just to let you guys and inform you guys, this is mainly a live show. If you do watch back and seeing this on YouTube, I want to inform you guys to try your best to be here on Fridays, 12:30 Eastern time. Um, that way you can have an opportunity to be on the show, debate with me and Mars or other fans in the chat that will be up here soon, and give your talking points and give your views on how you view, give your views about whichever topic that we're talking about. Um, so that's for you guys on YouTube. All you guys in the chat, the link is in the comments already. Join the StreamYard link. There is a limit here. Um, so when we hit that limit, I'll let you guys know. But join as soon as you guys can. We're gonna get as many people up here as possible. Debate with me and Mars. Debate with each other. Sort of like Clubhouse back in the Clubhouse days. If you guys remember, me and Ron ran that host meeting and allowed you guys to come on and chop it up with us. And it's just gonna be the same type of environment and the same type of vibes. Uh, and super chats. I think super chats is going to be big this episode. Please give us some topics to talk about. We're definitely going to start off with Brooklyn Nets, but other super chats that you guys want to talk about, any super chats that you topics that you guys want to get off your chest, let us know. Let us get through, and we'll definitely get to it as soon as possible. Mars, you got anything you have to say?
If any of you are here from the Discord and you've ever been in the voice chats in the Discord, all the debates that go on in there, this is going to be pretty similar to that. It's just like the title, open gym. We debate, we talk, we go back and forth. There's not going to be a whole bunch of structure. Try to stick on the topic at hand. Don't go from Magic Johnson to all the way to Kobe or something. Keep it some way smooth, but open gym, just freestyle a little bit.
For sure, we're definitely gonna serve as most of the mediators. So let's say if Mars is debating, I'll serve as a mediator for you guys. If I'm debating, Mars will serve as a mediator for us. So and if you guys are debating, we're both going to be mediators for both of you guys. So definitely tune in, bro. This is going to be a good time. Open gym, free runs, bro. Everybody love free runs, so definitely tune in. There is a chat from Julian Mars I do want to get into about his can he upgrade his membership. He needs help. I don't know. Do
Um,
you know?
if you look in the description, like of the Players Choice channel, there should be a link for becoming a member. If you click on that, it should take you to where you need to go, and then you should be able to find whatever membership package you want that way. If that helps.
Got you, got you. So definitely, if you guys are Julian or any of you other guys in the chat are looking to upgrade your memberships, that is the way to go. But here we go. We're gonna start off with our first topic. The Brooklyn Nets is the title of our video. The Brooklyn Nets will shock the world. Now, Mars, I really haven't been on my Brooklyn Nets train like I was last year. But I was thinking, and I was sitting here, and I was like, "Yo, let's 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 think about this really." In basketball, fully healthy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, Ben Simmons, and the role players that they have. People underrate the fact that when Kevin Durant got hurt, there was a big aspect of the Brooklyn Nets that left. Do you know what that was?
More left.
James Harden and his playmaking. And that was very important, very vital to the Brooklyn Nets and their success, correct?
I agree.
So, watch this.
Don't tell me Ben Simmons is going to
So,
replace James Harden's
You cannot
playmaking.
play. You cannot replace James Harden's playmaking. He's league's world's better. But does he help with that factor? Does he help with the gap? Does he help with the defense as well? And we've seen how well they were playing defense even without a Ben Simmons, which is KD and James Harden. I think they were top 10 in defensive rating. So my point is this: with better role players, they even had a Royce O'Neal, who's not that bad of a defender. Seth Curry is pretty bad. Patty Mills is not that great of a defender. I'm not gonna gas those guys up. But when we sit here and look at the Brooklyn Nets team, they got a playmaker in Ben Simmons and a defender. They got KD and Kyrie Irving, who I still believe in, they're great players, and better role players all around with Seth Curry, Patty Mills, Royce O'Neal. And people be like, well, they need rim protecting. They need rim protecting. But then they forget this. Kyrie Irving and KD didn't have rim protecting when it went up 2-1 against Giannis. They didn't have rim protecting when they forced the Milwaukee Bucks to game 7. And they still did that, even without the lack of rim protecting. So my point is this. Fully healthy Brooklyn Nets is undeniably fully healthy. The best team
Undeniably is crazy.
is the best team is the best team in the Eastern Conference.
If
And that's
basketball was played on paper, you'd have a point, but it's not, so you don't.
the only person I do worry about is one person, and you know who I'm about to say. Who do you think? You hate him.
Who you're concerned about
Yes.
on the Brooklyn Nets?
He's not a player.
The coach.
The coach. That's
He
it.
was that. I mean, everyone who's listening right now, all 186, they know. I don't even need to make the argument. They know Steve Nash is the whole reason why the Brooklyn Nets are going to fail. But if you believe in Steve Nash not being incompetent, or the fact that the talent around him is so high that even with a bad coach they can succeed, you're going to be disappointed. So that's all I can really say.
We shall see. We shall see. But we're gonna get some people in here. That's the topic of the day, and we're gonna get in here. I'm gonna get your. Oh my God, you could get him in here, bro. I'm not even gonna hit his name, bro. You already know who I'm
Wow,
about to
that's
say.
crazy.
Here we go. We're gonna start getting you guys in here real quick to talk about this topic. Finals MVP. Tested was who first?
There's no way
There's
that's
no
his
way
real
that's his
hair.
real hair.
Uh,
Uh,
there's
there's
somebody
somebody who's
Mike is
Mike
echoing.
is
I need
echoing.
people to. Okay. I think that was you, Ace Boogie. So please check that
Please
out.
check that
No, that
out.
wasn't
No,
it.
that was
No, it's not me.
Not you at all.
No.
Okay. I think Castell, that's you, bro. So please check that out for us, man. So yeah, what do you guys think about the topic which we're talking about? How do you guys feel about that?
I think Brooklyn's top. If everybody's healthy and everything, top 3 seed in the East. I think kind of easily too. Honestly,
But where do you see them going in the playoffs? Because anyone can be a top 3 seed, but the playoffs is where it really matters.
conference finals. Will they win the finals? I'm not. I'm not going to go out and say they're going to represent the East in the finals, but I think they get to the conference finals for
So
sure.
who do you think's better than them?
The Bucks, I think, are better than them. And I think possibly Boston, but just those two.
So you think they're a better team? Those are the only better teams, or you think those are the only teams that are ranked
That could
higher?
beat them in the playoffs.
Yeah. Who you think's beating them in the playoffs?
I think like without a doubt it would be Milwaukee. I got some concerns about Boston though, but I think fully healthy Milwaukee, fully healthy Brooklyn. I think Milwaukee beats anybody in the East, honestly.
What's making Brooklyn beat Philadelphia, assuming Harden is healthy?
I don't think Philadelphia has the defense to stop Kevin Durant. I don't think they have the defense to stop Kyrie if he's actually on it. I think Ben also creates a mismatch for them as well. I don't think they have the players to guard up against Brooklyn and Philly, in all honesty.
They don't. They don't. And I know a lot of people are worried about. I know a lot of people are worried about. Well, they don't have an answer for Joel Embiid and maybe James Harden as well, which you are correct in thinking that. But we gotta understand the offensive juggernauts that they have on their team as well, and Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. Now we did see them get slowed down last season, but we gotta understand this too. How many people here think that chemistry is important?
I do.
Simple.
Everybody.
It's extremely
Yeah.
important.
Everybody thinks. So when you play the whole year, right? When you play the whole year with James Harden, getting things done, didn't play the whole year with Kyrie Irving, and you only have 19 or 15 games to get playoff ready. Do you guys think that that's enough time for your team to replace and get within a flow and a chemistry of an offense without James Harden? Do you think 19 and 15 games is enough time to build that type of chemistry?
No, but I
No.
don't think anybody's judging where the Nets will be next season off of what they did the last 2 seasons with or without Harden. I think they're judging it off of the composition of the roster as it is right now.
So
Yeah,
what
it's
are
a
you
very
judging
good
Philadelphia off of?
I mean, the same thing, the composition of the roster right now, but we've also seen this Philly roster that they'll have going into next season play before and have that time, like Dub said, to get chemistry and stuff.
But what did it
seen
lead to, though?
You said what?
What did it lead to?
I mean, they lost in the second round because their best player was playing through injuries, and supposedly Harden was injured too. So I don't.
Harden
really...
wasn't.
Well, it's not supposedly. He was injured.
Yeah, Harden
Well,
wasn't.
then,
was
I mean, if their two best players are injured, that's obviously going to hinder them. So I don't really see your point in that. As a whole, I think you brought up them not having the defenders to beat Brooklyn. I think nobody can really stop Kevin Durant if we're being realistic.
We
Even
just saw it
versus
last year.
Boston.
We got to stop saying that. Like we say that we didn't say that. We saw it before the Boston series. No, so everyone said, "Oh, two most skilled players of all time," and them boys got clamped. So
I never said that, but I mean, I don't think they stopped Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant.
No. Hold up. We're not to see this revision. Dude shot below 40%, was averaging like 6 turnovers a game. They stopped KD.
Continue. Do you think Kevin Durant was a detriment to Brooklyn? Do you think
yes.
You think they were worse?
Bad. We're not.
You think they were worse with Kevin Durant on the floor?
No, that's a different question.
Okay.
KD
so he wasn't a detriment to them.
No, KD played bad. His role players played good enough for him to win. Like there was a game where Dragic had 23, 2 other players had 16, and they lost because he was bad. It happens to everyone. Continue.
Yes, because they're playing a great team. The level that Kevin Durant needed to play at to beat Boston, I don't believe he played at. I agree with that. But to say he was genuinely bad, which in my opinion means you're hurting your team.
He was bad. Okay, so if you shoot, no, seriously, because if someone shoots below 40%, right? Katie, who's 50%, shoots below 40% total, not 3, shoots below 40%, turnovers with the ball 6 times a game, doesn't play good defense. He got beat on the play against Tatum. If that's not playing bad, then what is?
You could say by Kevin Durant's own standards, he was bad. By the standards, he wasn't bad. He was not hurting the Nets in that series. You could say that they were worse relative due to the fact that how Kevin Durant normally plays isn't what they got from him in that series. But that's not a bad series from Kevin Durant. It's bad.
So finals. Wait, what are you saying right now? Are you saying that the Nets should be one of the favorites or the favorite in the East?
I don't think they're the favorites. We were just arguing the point of nobody can stop Kevin Durant. I don't think anybody can stop Kevin Durant.
Go back.
Bro, he got stopped. All right, bro. This is
all right. Go back to that point, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that's going to happen again?
No.
Not versus Philadelphia.
I don't think KD is going to have a series that bad, like at all. Like, I don't think
I don't either.
Close to that.
I don't either. But that's not why I think the Nets
bigger
will lose.
Difference for sure.
I think the Nets' biggest problem. This is weird because the Nets are such a weird team to evaluate because this has been so up and down. There's been no consistency throughout the last 3 years. I personally think Boston. The only questions I have about Boston is the coaching because they just got what they need to get. They got everything they need. They got their point guard, so they don't have to rely as much as the other backup guards and Malcolm Brogdon. So it just brings them more depth. And they were already a good team, and now they're entering their prime. These guys were like 24, 25. So now they're just like they're at the beginning of their prime. They gel together. They have finals experience. They know what it's like to play a championship team like the Warriors, and probably know what it's more like to get over the hump more so than I know Katie and Kyrie have championship experience, but they haven't gotten out of the second round in the East. Like it's been 3 years, and they have Nash as a coach. So I don't know what you're expecting from Brooklyn. And let me say another thing about Ben Simmons, what people don't realize. He can look how he wants in the regular season, but what y'all need to realize about Ben Simmons as a player, he's everything that he's the anti-Steph Curry. You will be playing watch in the playoffs. You will be playing 4-on-5 basketball on offense in the playoffs if you're Brooklyn, because it's gonna be so easy to isolate a guy who refuses to shoot from the perimeter. Just watch what happens.
We have a Brooklyn Nets fan, I'm assuming, with the cap. I think if anyone should be talking about his team, I think it's you. So you want to talk about, are you guys the favorites in the East, or are you agreeing with Football Breakdown right now?
Well, first and foremost, shout out to Player's Choice. I've been a fan of this show for a while. I'm actually surprised I seen a link in the chat. I just pulled up to watch, but y'all got a lot of dope content. I just wanted to give y'all flowers before I started.
We appreciate
Salute.
that.
Stand up and rise, fellas. Salute to you, my brother.
Yeah,
Stop saluting.
that's a one person standing up.
Why y'all being so corny, bro?
You gotta work on your salute, Dub. Yours isn't. You gotta sharpen it up. You gotta hide your thumb. You're not
My bad. Yo, guys in the chat, Ace Boogie is a member of our military, bro. Air Force. Appreciate him, bro. Salute to you
Okay.
for real, bro.
Salute.
Appreciate your service, my guy.
All right.
If anybody I could take advice for saluting, it's him.
But I hear a lot of rhetoric and criticism, and some of it is rightfully so to the Brooklyn Nets. We haven't proved anything but going to the second round so far as us and expectations. We underwhelming at this point. So realistically, we deserve some of the ridicule that we got, and I think two things happen, you know what I'm saying, to make me confident as a fan. One, I like that KD pushed back with Nash and Sean Marks, but I don't like how he did it. But nobody would speak to Nash about him being the elephant in the room and why we're not winning. I hear a lot of criticism about how Boston Celtics stopped KD, and I see, to answer his question about us being favorites, the way we are favorites is by seeing that the way the Boston Celtics stopped Kevin Durant in the playoffs, we see to it that doesn't happen again. And that doesn't happen again, putting Kyrie Irving at the point guard going into next season. And that doesn't happen again, putting Ben Simmons at the power forward. And I say that because the difference between Philly and Brooklyn is that Philly needed Ben Simmons to be a second scorer, the second leading scorer, or a third strong behind Harris. We don't need him to be the second scorer. We got Kyrie. We don't need him to be the third leading scorer. We got Nick Claxton, or we got Cam Thomas. I'm saying that. I'm saying we got Cam Thomas to be our third leading scorer. That's an unpopular opinion.
Is Cam Thomas even gonna play?
He should. And as far as minutes is concerned,
over Seth though.
Seth Curry's gonna Seth or Joe Harris might be your third leading
but
scorer.
let's realistically look at it, right? Players, right? When you look at different players, Seth Curry and Cam Thomas, reliability wise, Cam Thomas played 67 out of 82 games with a back injury. So that means he was out for an amount of time for whatever that injury was, but that's still only 15 games missed as a rookie. Cam Thomas is going to be in the lineup. He shot 10 times last game and he had 11 points. We had 5 players with double digits last game. And I'm saying that to say we play tonight at 8:00. Versus the Wolves, and they're a high-paced game. When you look at their tempo far as last season, they one of the best teams far as tempo, scoring high points each quarter. And far as statistics is concerned, the way we win is by putting Royce O'Neal in the starting lineup and Joe Harris out the starting lineup. Joe Harris ain't as important as he was because he missed those jumpers in Milwaukee. And ever since then, we tried to replace him. Patty Mills came and did a great job, but he's a veteran and he played the most minutes in that season than he ever did with the Spurs. And we can't do that this season. And that's why Cam Thomas, again, will be very vital because it's going to get Patty Mills back in his regular position as a bench player. And Seth Curry is not going to be as reliable because I'm not going to say no disrespect, but he might not play it. And a lot of players don't play 82 games. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm just saying that to say 67 out of 82 games is, again, what we got to build around. Royce O'Neal, he's another reason why people don't understand Sean Marks got Royce O'Neal. He played 72 out of 82 games last season. No, 77 games. He played 77 games out of 82 last season. So I'm saying that to say, as far as availability and reliability, that's what Sean Marks was looking for, and we got that in Royce O'Neal, and his defense is better than Joe Harris. So our starting lineup defensively look nice, and we don't look at, I don't look at Steve Nash as a head coach by himself no more. He got Igor on offense as an assistant coach, and he got Brian Keefe on defense as a defensive coach. Last season, we were ranked 20th in defense. This season, expect us to be a top 10 defense. Last game, we had 17 steals. The game before that, we had 6 steals. Ben Simmons is part of the reason why we're a better defense. We're not going to be a dominant block party, but we definitely going to be getting cookies. It's going to be macadamia, chocolate chip, butter squash, all those kind of cookies out there for the Brooklyn Nets to get. And I promise you that we are top 10 defense. And with Kyrie running the point, and the significance of, because I shied away from it, I land the planes after this. is Kyrie can break the defense down. So now you can't guard Kevin Durant on a double and or denial because he don't have the basketball. Because Kyrie has the basketball. Now that Kyrie is the point guard and he has the basketball, you have to guard the basketball. You can't just guard Kevin Durant. And because of that is why with Ben Simmons being a power forward and not being the go-to guy, but being able to set picks. And when I watch the instant replays, and I know y'all do this because y'all study the game, y'all students of the game like me, right? You see the significance of an efficient play happening, like a pick. You know, when I seen Ben Simmons set a pick for KD, all of the space that KD had, it was amazing. And if KD get one-on-one situations, I take that any day of the week. We're going to have one of the best offenses and one of the best defenses. Royce O'Neal and Ben Simmons added to our team makes us a favorite in the East. I don't give it to Boston because Ime out here doing the most. You know what I'm saying? I don't think the assistant coach is going to pick up where Ime left off. He just implemented that system last season. The difference between Ime and what he did with Boston and what Mark Jackson did with Golden State is 4 seasons. Mark Jackson was with Golden State for 4 seasons, and then Steve Kerr got the keys. Ime did that in 1 season, and I don't think he takes that to the same level. I don't. I got us up there. I got us beating Philly because it's like that. I got us beating the Knicks, and I got us Toronto is tough. I ain't gonna lie. But
Can I ask you a question about Ben Simmons? Because I'm a firm believer that any offense that features a Ben Simmons is automatically flawed and can be exposed, especially in the playoffs when they make a game plan for him.
Nah.
Are you worried about Ben Simmons being even viable in fourth quarters because he still can't shoot free throws and he still doesn't have a perimeter shot?
Yeah. I think that teams do feel like they have the advantage with Ben Simmons in the fourth quarter, and I expect that. But for one, KD, he did come out and say we do need Ben Simmons to be more aggressive. So I give you that. Yeah, we're going to need him to attack baskets. And, realistically, there are going to be situations where he's going to have to knock down the free throw. But because we know that and we know that's what the defense is going to do, this is, in my opinion, where coaching steps in, where you put Ben Simmons in an advantageous situation. And when you put him in the fourth quarter, and the best way to do that is you make sure he don't have the ball. He's just setting picks. And Ben Simmons is 6'10". So even if he's not getting the ball in the fourth quarter, you know what I'm saying? He's 6'10". And if they try to, chances are with Kyrie and KD next to him in the fourth quarter, it's just a lot for them to deal with because, I'm saying the competition, it's going to be a lot for them to deal with because Royce O'Neal, he can knock down that open three, and he could do it not only from the corner, which is the easiest three to hit in the NBA, but he can hit it from like the elbow three. So he creates space in the same way Joe Harris would. He shoots at a high clip, not higher than Joe Harris, but he shoots at a high clip. We don't lose out having Royce O'Neal in the starting lineup next to Ben Simmons in the fourth quarter, like he said. Like, I don't know who your team is, but I bet we smoke them. To be honest.
Why do y'all?
I'm just bringing up things that's been trends and factual stuff about Ben Simmons and like what I saw. Like, I just when you can game, like the reason certain players look way better in the regular season than the playoffs is because of game planning. And there's not an easier superstar I've seen who can be game plan for than Ben Simmons, in my opinion.
So I see what you mean with that, but we have to put this into context as well. We seen him in a system that it didn't help his game at all. He was playing with a Joel Embiid, and that kind of clogged the paint with him. Now he's on a team with a system where everything's spaced out, which gives him the freedom to be more aggressive, gives him more freedom to attack the basket.
Do what?
Aggressive to attack the basket. That's it. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say, oh, he's going to turn to his mid-range shooter. No, but he would become a more aggressive player because of that freedom of playing with a Kyrie Irving.
What happens when they just sit back? Is he still going to attack the basket when they're sagging off 15 feet?
I mean, they sag.
Well, if someone's sagging off you and you set a screen, that's basically drop coverage. And if you're doing that with Kyrie Irving and KD coming off a screen,
true,
that's freeze every time. Same reason why teams don't sag off of Draymond Green like that. Because if he's setting a screen for Steph, you can't be sagging off because you have to be up on the screen. It's going to be similar with Kyrie and KD.
I just have to see it with more, but I just have to see how this year plays out, honestly, to give a better assessment. We've only seen, we've seen the new construction. Joe Harris is getting back. So I have to see how it works. Ben Simmons' offense and what he does to offenses is just.
Well, hold on. Why are you saying you have to see that? But for some reason, you think the Celtics are ever going to get over the hump? anytime soon?
They have. They got to the finals.
What
We're talking about
hump?
the East.
Over that hump,
What
are they going to
hump?
win the finals?
But we're talking about the
Anytime
East.
soon?
I don't know. That's a whole different conversation because we're introducing Clippers and all this other stuff.
No. This is what I'm saying.
Do you think the Nets are going to win the finals?
Are they
You
they have
know-
the chance to go to the final? When the Bucks and the Celtics played last year, did you think the Celtics were going to win that series before they won the series, or did you pick the
Yes.
Bucks?
Yeah, I did pick
Yes.
the Celtics. You know the reason I picked this. Okay, I love Giannis, right? But I still think Giannis has something that can be exposed in the playoffs game plan wise. So that's why I picked the Celtics. I think the Celtics are a better team. Like my whole thing about Giannis, like let's be honest, the year that Giannis won the championship, he ran through no teams with championship pedigree. Just a fact.
I mean, what does that mean, though? You can play no teams with quote-unquote championship pedigree, but he still played. Miami had the finals.
I agree, but they got away with really bad offensive point guard play and still won. That wouldn't like J-Rule.
You think Drew Holiday was bad offensively?
Do you think they beat the Warriors if Drew Holiday in 2 games misses 10 straight shots? Not misses 10 shots in a game.
I don't think they beat the
10
Warriors
straight
in general.
shots.
I don't think they beat the Warriors in general. They didn't play the Warriors that year, though.
Exactly.
Like,
Who did
you're
they play
comparing
that
to
had
the best team
championship
in the
pedigree
league. What
that
does
like
that
had
have to do?
pushback? That's my only thing about the Bucks. I don't think the Bucks championship like ceiling is as high as everyone else's. That's just my opinion.
But I don't think
I think if they play
championship
Game
pedigree is
7
the reason they
again-
lose to Golden State. I think they lose to Golden State because Golden State is just the better of the 2 teams. And
I think
has
that Bucks
better
lose to a
matchup.
lot of teams. In my opinion, I think they
Ooh.
lose to the Clippers. And the Clippers. I think they lose to it. They would lose to Denver if Denver made the finals. I mean,
I can see Denver. I think outside of Denver, Golden State, obviously anything can happen when you're talking about multiple contending teams. But in a realistic evaluation, I don't think anybody but Golden State and maybe Denver's beating Milwaukee, maybe Boston.
bro,
I got to see how not having Udoka.
Milwaukee need Middleton healthy, man. Without Middleton, they a different team.
Exactly. They're very regular, bro. I'm serious. Like Giannis can put up all those points, but Giannis will get his, but the rest of the team is like whatever to me.
Hey,
So why did they push the Celtics? Why did they push the Celtics 7 games last season then? If it's so easy for teams to beat the Bucks, if Chris Middleton is there, and I think I'll take Giannis to win a game 7 over just about any team in the
And
East.
if they lose,
then most,
That failed.
Chris Middleton wasn't 100% at all.
neither were the
So with a
Celtics.
fully
Robert
healthy
Williams
Celtics,
and Marcus Smart were
exactly.
injured too. They missed
Okay,
games.
but
for
both
injured
teams
too.
at 100%. I think Giannis is so good, he'll propel the Bucks to win a game 7.
Giannis is great, but you overrate Giannis's abilities, man. I'm telling you, like he's
Overrate
great, but
Giannis?
he's not good enough to
Overrated.
overcome a team. A fully healthy I want you to really think about a fully healthy Celtics roster, bro. And they added him up, Malcolm Brogdon.
Okay,
think
about a fully healthy Milwaukee team. What are you talking about?
I don't think they beat a fully healthy Celtics team, but
They
I don't
don't.
think that means
They don't.
anything opposed
I
to
think
Giannis's
they could. I
ability.
think they could be a fully healthy Celtics team if
Right.
they had a different.
I
coach.
think they're fully capable of doing it. So that
I
doesn't
agree,
really-
Mars. I agree with that, Mars, too.
Hey,
If
we
Bud
gotta-
wasn't the coach.
We don't
We
even
gonna-
know who's going to be coaching in Boston. So why aren't y'all bringing that whole coach thing up? But it's
I
something
hear you
about coaching
guys.
in Milwaukee.
So hold on, let me ask the panel. Y'all don't got Brooklyn as the favorites? Who y'all
Hell
got
no.
with them?
Hell
Favorites, no.
I got them.
Do I think they
I
could
got
come
them
out the East?
under,
Yes,
I got
the
them under
favorites,
Milwaukee
no.
myself.
All right,
They're
so
like-
in the East, all right, and I mentioned that because, and again, like you said, y'all got to see more. And the truth is, y'all see a lot in the regular season because we have the toughest division, right? The Atlantic Division, 4 out of 5 teams went to the playoffs last season, right? That's the Celtics, the Nets,
Everyone but the Knicks.
Toronto, and I think Miami, right?
And the thing is, last season, even when KD was balling, a lot of times when you had a marquee matchup, they were getting cooked. But when was the last time KD beat the Nets or beat the Bucks?
They was giving us work in the season.
Yeah, bro. No, they've
Yeah,
been giving you work for 2 years.
Yeah.
The Bucks like 8-1 the last 9 matchups.
They've been giving
Like,
everybody.
Wait, hold
Like,
up.
why
Are
are
you
you
talking
acting
about
like
the
it's
regular
just a
season? You're
one-off?
talking about the regular season?
and playoffs.
How did the series go to 7, but they're 8-1 in the last 9 matchups? What?
They won the last 2 games.
What does that mean? How can you go to 7 games in a series?
In the
have
regular
to
season,
use
they're like 8-1 the last 9 matches. The point is, Bucks have had the Nets number in the last 3 years. That's just a fact.
Yeah, and no doubt. But I'm not debating that. What I am saying is,
Wait. You said the Bucks had the Nets? You said the Bucks had the Nets number?
Yeah, there was some stat like Giannis has beaten KD the last 5
Yeah, nah,
times or
they
something.
was winning.
Yeah,
a
they
lot of
count.
games.
I know that stat. They beat them, I think, twice last year in the
Look
regular
into-
season, and that's a context, Ben, because they're including the
Yes.
times where he lost in the playoffs. So don't say they have their number. That's a nasty ass
Is
context.
Is it
And-
nasty?
and-
It's a different team, and it's a different team.
And
It's nasty,
and
but
players
I
that were
mean,
hurt.
hey,
They
it's
keep people that
nasty,
were
but
hurt, too, when they
when
were
the
playing.
Nets really haven't shown that they've like. I just got to see. There's just haven't been enough consistency from the Nets for what I can make a judgment. I want to see the first few seasons because honestly, they looked really good against the Bucks. This last preseason game, and the Bucks played their stars and were trying to win that game. And Ben Simmons did a good job on Giannis, so we'll see.
Hold on.
Yeah.
One last thing.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, with the interview you have,
And I gotta
what
say
do you
something
think?
after.
What do you think the Nuggets are going to do next year? You just said you can.
Don't
see the
know,
Nuggets.
because I gotta see Jamal Murray. Like, there's a lot. Like, that's a lot of how Jamal Murray looks. But I don't.
But
think
earlier you just said the only team that can beat the Bucks. I mean, the only team like coming out of the West would be the Nuggets or the Warriors, right?
No, I said Clippers. I said Clippers could be. I mean, I think the Clippers are the favorite coming out of the West. I think the
Okay, I
Clippers.
didn't hear you say Clippers, and that's not bad.
Yeah.
So I do want to get as many people up here as possible. So a lot of you guys that have been here from the beginning, I'm going to move you guys off of the StreamYard. I'm going to drop the stream link in the chat. That way some more people could get up here and just have a nice little rotating guest. So Ace Boogie, Finals, appreciate you. Football Breakdown. I'm going to keep you in here, Brooklyn Nets, because you got here a little bit later than everybody else. But I'm going to keep another rotating of guests. All right, guys. Y'all brought the heat, bro. Appreciate y'all
All
for
right,
real.
appreciate it.
Everyone following up. That's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta bring. We want nice debates. That's what we want.
That was a good back and forth for real. Everybody brought in some nice talking points, so we're gonna get some more people here.
Yeah. It's good to
How's everyone doing? Big up from Jamaica. You know what I'm saying?
Fire.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Make sure you guys have your camera on. Please, and I think somebody.
Yeah, I think that dude from Jamaica. What's your name, man? I know it ain't dude from Jamaica.
Castell, yeah, I think you have a video playing in the background or like get a mic set up, bro. I don't want to, move you out, but if I keep having that, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna drop the StreamYard link in the chat for you guys, so go ahead and join up. But go ahead, Mars, you got it.
Well, do you guys have anything? Can you just speak about the Brooklyn Nets?
Is that better?
Test. I still got the echo, bro.
You're getting
I'm
echoes.
gonna move you off, bro. I apologize for that, man. We're gonna get Barry in here. Yes, do any of you guys have anything to talk about for the Brooklyn Nets and the talks and debates has been going on throughout this last half hour?
Talk to me nice.
No, not really.
Yeah, I got something to say real quick. I'll talk about the Brooklyn Nets first. I think that I just don't believe in Steve Nash as a head coach. If I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I think y'all got a squad. And people are talking about the defense. I think Ben Simmons will improve that. And when you talk about offensively, like the other guy that was on here before was talking about Ben Simmons, shit is gonna be a 4-on-5. Just because a guy cannot shoot, there's been guys in the NBA that cannot shoot. That does not automatically make it a 4-on-5. There are other things like Ben Simmons' basketball IQ is what makes him who he is. He don't need to be a great shooter. That's not what people think. Just because guys are not out here shooting like Steph Curry and they're not doing shit like that, that makes them a liability on offense. No, the fuck it does not, bro. Because Ben Simmons, what he brings to the team in terms of passing, in terms of rebounding, in terms of things of that nature, is what makes him the player that he is. You got guys like Seth Curry that can shoot. You got I know Joe Harris is off at times, but Joe Harris can still shoot the rock. And that kid Cam Thomas could ball. Make no question. Cam Thomas could fucking ball his ass off. And then you talk about the addition of Patty Mills and another player that I've also found has also been a very underrated player in the league, TJ Warren. They got TJ Warren now on the squad.
Yeah, they got a lot of floor spaces.
I mean, look,
I'm a Miami fan. I don't want to hear about TJ Warren, bro. I'm not gonna hold you or nothing.
Wait, hold on. Why don't you want to hear about TJ Warren?
I'm a Jimmy Butler fan, bro.
Oh, bro. Listen, Jimmy Butler is one of my top 3 favorite players in the league.
He overrated. He
Oh,
overrated.
stop it, bro. Oh, please stop it,
What?
How's Jimmy Butler overrated? No, we can forget
we
the
could-
Brooklyn Nets. We spoke
Yeah,
about
we could
Brooklyn
talk
Nets
about
enough.
this. Yeah,
How's
wait,
Jimmy
wait,
Butler
wait.
overrated?
Before we do though, I wanted to make this point because everybody's talking about all these teams that make a threat, and make no question, the Bucks are a threat. I'm not too sold on the Celtics this year. I think they'll fall off a little bit. But how come nobody's sitting here talking about Miami when they're in the fucking question every single year? And then another team, why is nobody talking about the Chicago Bulls?
Because Lonzo's going to be out
the
for the whole
Bulls.
entire season.
Yeah, the Bulls have DeMar DeRozan, so I'm never gonna be talking about that.
Yo,
They're
I
not
just
gonna
wanted
win.
to add to what he said. The guy talking again. When you look at Ben Simmons' points on offense, when you count assists and you know that's leads to points, that's 20 points right there from last game. So when you add his points that he did by himself, and then you add the assists, that's 27 points. You superstars score 20 or responsible for 27 points. Most of them, they just do it through field goals and free throws. But Ben Simmons got 27 points because of assists and points. And I'm saying we get a lot of ridicule about his offense, but at the end of the day, 7 points by himself and 10 assists equal 27 points or more. So,
Yeah.
I feel like he's contributing what he's supposed to contribute without forcing to add anything to his game. This is a perfect team for him.
And to add on to your question about the Miami Heat and the Chicago Bulls got DeMar DeRozan. Ain't nobody gonna believe in that. I just got to be 100%.
Wait, but what's wrong with DeMar DeRozan?
Everything's wrong with DeMar DeRozan.
DeMar
There's
DeRozan,
nothing right. There's
he's
nothing
a
right.
historic. He's a historic folder, bro. I'm sorry. I know he's getting up against LeBron, but he didn't perform well either.
One of the worst playoff
Miami
scorers
Heat,
you've ever seen.
Miami Heat, and I was preaching Miami Heat last year, and they proved me right. I was preaching them last year, but the thing that the reason why I'm not so high on them this year, I've seen everybody else get better, and Miami's the same. If
I
not,
was just going to say that, Doug.
because PJ Tucker's gone.
Oh, PJ Tucker.
Now maybe if Bam Adebayo steps up with his offensive game because they've been talking, he's been working on his shooting. But they say every year the guy who doesn't shoot well is always working on his shooting, and then it's always they don't shoot well. So
he was hitting them in preseason though.
He was. So
you
if
got Bam at, he top 5 power forward for you?
Bam, he's a center.
He's a center.
He's top 5 center though.
Yeah, he's top 5.
He's a top 5 center.
But I think that he's gonna be fine
fifth,
with the Raptors for like that bottom tier playoff season. To be honest, this year,
I honestly think Toronto may miss it.
Deep.
I honestly think Toronto may miss it.
They could, but I feel like they're more loaded.
It's the coaching though. It's the coaching system they have. It's like they're always gonna be contending. So it's like it's hard to write them off.
He's a really good coach.
If I can touch on the
Heat, that's the same thing with the Heat though. When everybody's counting the Heat out, I feel like that's when they play at their best. I feel like that's when we see them actually perform. So now that everybody's counting them out, I'm just not going to join that bandwagon of counting them out, bro. I think we might at the end of the year, while everybody's counting them out, we still might see that team in the Eastern Conference.
I mean, they lost a key guy like PJ Tucker, and then we already know their main guy is not good in the regular season.
When Miami, just because they have Jimmy Butler, they have Eric Spoelstra, they have like a good system and culture in place, I think they're gonna be competitive regardless and make the playoffs. Exactly. But as far as being,
you're definitely gonna make the playoffs.
Being with like Miami, Boston, and Brooklyn and Philly, I think they're like a tier below that personally. But if I can just touch on the Nets situation for a second, I think they have a great roster around them. Like bro said right there, I have questions about Steve Nash as a coach, but there are ways to get Ben Simmons involved and have him succeed and be like a great player with the Nets offense. Like I saw the other day, like they was running like a pin down when Ben Simmons had the ball and they did like a dribble handoff and Kevin Durant was coming around shooting wide open and Ben Simmons facilitated that. And it's just a lot of other ways. I think Ben Simmons has to play with confidence as well. But as today, the two teams I would put over them in the East would be Milwaukee and Boston, only because there's no real questions about them except for Boston with the whole coaching situation now. But regardless, like we've seen them make the finals. We've seen Milwaukee make the finals, and they have a core in place that have done it with each other. Brooklyn, it's kind of a new team, especially you bringing in a piece like Ben Simmons, but their ceiling, I can absolutely see them making the finals and winning the finals. Like it wouldn't surprise me at all, just with the talent and how the pieces can fit. I think that it's a number of things that have to go right for them. Like Steve Nash has to be smarter in a way. But like it's not far-fetched to say Brooklyn can win it all.
I feel you on that. But who the hell said Jimmy Butler was underrated? I mean, overrated.
I
That
mean,
guy
I
right
said
there.
that, but I kind of take that back, to be honest. I just think, like, the way he performs in the regular season is just really not to my tier. Because where he gets ranked, he's like a top 15 guy, like
He's
all
top
around the
15.
board.
He's top 15.
That's what I'm
So
saying.
you-
He's top 15, but the way he plays in the regular season is just not it for me. It's not cutting it for
But
me,
who
to be
cares
honest.
about the regular season though? We play for the playoffs. We play to win championships.
That's
Ain't
true.
nobody
That's why I
playing for
kind of
regular
took that
season.
back.
Listen, bro. So if somebody's
Yeah.
sitting in the regular season and they averaging 5 points and not doing shit, but then they go into the playoffs and now they averaging 30 and shit, I'll take that guy over the guy that's putting up 40 in the regular
Impossible.
season and playing
All
like
right, but we're
shit.
not going to see it like that.
No,
And
I
we're
know-
not
I know
going to
it's
act like Jimmy
impossible, but I'm
Butler is
just
just this
saying.
great playoff performer. This has happened like not even 3 times in his career, just 2020 and maybe this year. Majority of times in the playoffs, he's not this ultra star in the playoffs like people make it seem. It's happened recently.
Yeah,
but
he's
not like on the regular.
He's been good, and he hasn't been like otherworldly. But
Yeah, he's decent.
I have Jimmy Butler like in my top 10 players. I
But
think
that's
I
how
have
he's
Top 10 is
growing
just
though.
crazy to me.
I
Top 10
have
is
I
just
have
crazy.
a, I
He's
have a number
definitely
10.
not top 10.
I have
He's not
a,
even
I have a
top
number
10.
10.
Wait, so
I
who do
can
you have? Wait, what's your top 10?
Yeah,
my
please
top
say your top 10.
my top 10. I'm gonna say Jokic. No, I have Giannis, Jokic. I have LeBron. I have Steph. I have KD. I have Kawhi. I have Embiid. I have Luka, of course. I have.
This
Who-
isn't
who's-
in
who
order,
number
right?
nine?
This is
Ja
in order.
Morant? Ja Morant?
No. I have Jimmy.
You got Ja Morant.
He better not have Ja Morant. He better not have Ja
No,
Morant.
no. That's 8. 9 was I personally, I think when healthy, y'all probably gonna get on me. I still have
Let's say
Anthony
Anthony
Davis.
Davis,
Nah, it's
Yeah, I
fine.
respect
Great
that. I
pick.
respect
They got
that.
him
I
on the
respect
top
that.
10.
That's
He
fine.
on the
top
top
10
10
too.
list for the small forward.
And then
Jimmy Butler.
and then number 10, I have Jimmy Butler. Now I'm a
Over
Tatum.
Jason
I'm a
Tatum,
Tatum guy. I'm a Tatum guy. But as of right now, I still would choose Jimmy over Tatum only because, like, I just see Tatum bring it. I mean, I see Jimmy Butler bring it more nights than Tatum in the playoffs. I think Tatum. It's nothing for Tatum to leap him this
They got
season.
Tatum number 9 on Sports Illustrated.
I
And they
don't
got
know about that
Butler
though,
number
because we
10.
see what Tatum did this
Yeah, they
year. I
right
mean,
there
he
with
slept
you.
in
No,
that.
Tatum
Let
was
me ask
great.
y'all a question.
Tatum was great.
We're no
Nah,
Sports
y'all right on.
Illustrated,
Y'all
so
spot
who
on
cares?
with y'all.
He just had a bad
Tatum was
finals
great.
performance. He was good
Tatum
throughout the rest
was
of the
great.
playoffs.
Tatum was great, and I'm a Tatum fan, but I saw them match up with each other too, and like Tatum was great in that series. Jimmy was a little bit better, but Tatum, he had a better
But there was
team.
also, it kind of went both ways. There was also a time where Jason Tatum was playing good, Jimmy Butler was playing bad.
Yeah. But I feel like overall, Jimmy was better, especially in that historic game 6 he had. That was
Y'all
a
agree
movie.
with this list?
Let me ask you a question.
agree.
That
I
list
agree
is
with all the
terrible.
names
They have
until
I
Kyrie
have
at
a question
23.
about it
What
though.
you got,
I
Lou?
agree.
What you got?
So
Lou?
who you have? What do you have Jimmy Butler, Mars?
AD
What do you have Jimmy Butler?
AD is
No,
better
like
than
2
Ja
spots
Morant.
behind, like 12.
Yes, Anthony
Wait.
Davis is better than Ja Morant.
Everybody, hold up. Everybody, hold up. Wait.
Morant agenda is
Everybody, hold up.
bad.
Wait.
This
Ja
Ja
Morant's not even
Everybody,
better than Trae
hold
Young,
the
bro.
fuck. Hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up.
Whoever said Ja Morant's not better
What?
than Trae Young, fat.
Yo,
Wait,
who
wait,
said
wait.
Yeah, I
Trae
said
Young
that.
is
I
better
said
than
that,
Ja
Mark.
Morant?
Did you really just ask that question?
Yeah, I asked
Easily.
that
That's what I'm
question.
saying, yo.
I don't think it's a debate. I think
What
Trae
he
No,
Young.
it
say?
shouldn't
What
be
he
a
say?
debate.
Ja
It
I
Morant
think
better
it's
than
not.
who?
I don't even think it's.
Ja Morant.
Ja Morant is better than Trae Young. Yes.
No,
No.
he's not.
Yeah.
No, he's
Yeah,
not.
I'm
No, he's
giving
not.
it to Ja
If you
Morant.
put Ja
I think-
Morant on
I
that
think-
Hawks team, they're in the lottery.
I
tell you
think
that right
I
now,
think
damn
Ja.
near. They're definitely not making
The only
playoffs.
thing Ja's probably a better. He puts more pressure on the rim. He's a slightly better defender, but that's not saying much.
I don't even know because he doesn't put that
saying
effort in
nothing.
on
He's
defense.
And he's more
literally saying
explosive. Trae is just a better shooter.
Hey, hold up.
And
Yo,
playmaker.
He's a better
He
playmaker.
clears him as a
Playmaker.
playmaker. He
Mars,
clears him as a playmaker.
Mars, can you put a poll in the
Playmaker.
chat?
I have no idea how to do that.
Ah, man. Listen, one of the segments we do have on, if you do have a crazy ass wild chat, we are going to introduce this. I can't do the polls, but if you guys say kick, we will kick somebody off the call if they say something wild. Lou, I love your energy. What you just said right now is damn near blasphemy.
Yeah,
I would
y'all
have
can't
to-
like.
Yeah, that Ja Morant take is crazy.
Listen,
So
but wait,
you guys-
can
y'all
y'all
want
please
Lou
explain this
off?
to me? Can somebody explain
Bam
this to me?
kick.
Explain this to me for 1 second, though, right? What's up with all the
Anthony
Ja
Davis
Morant
is
hate? Like, what
It's
did
not
Ja Morant
hate,
do to
though.
niggas?
You're putting him on a pedestal he doesn't belong
can-
to be on, and we're just bringing him back down to reality.
Yeah, I
That's
was
what
just
I'm
gonna
saying.
say that. I feel like he had a great season. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like they kind of blowing out of proportion. They have him in top 10 in every ranking I'm seeing. I'm like, so Ja's better than
Crazy.
Kawhi now. Ja's better than Damian Lillard now? Like,
Nah.
Yeah, like
Nah.
like
I
all
don't
the
know. I
Sixers
can't
top
go that
players,
far.
we
Better
didn't
than
even have
Anthony
Damian in the top
Davis?
10.
Anthony Davis, like no. Like
They
I
not
think
gonna-
Davis, John Moran and him are not even on the same tier.
Guys,
Right now.
Anthony Davis
They're
can't
not.
stay healthy. I mean, we gotta remember that availability is one of the biggest factors.
John
in this
Moran
game.
got hurt.
Yo, he
What
not
do
on
you
the
have
list.
Kawhi?
Yeah,
John Moran,
honestly.
John
Look,
Moran
I'ma
missed
say
like
this.
25 games.
Yo, he
and
not
I'ma
on
say
the
this.
list.
And one thing you can say, like Ja, he puts up great numbers, and he's a great player. But speaking to his value, his team technically performs better without him. Now I'm not saying they're a
Yeah,
better
we saw what
team,
happened when he was in that Minnesota series.
but he was like no, he was good, but like even looking at the Warriors series, Memphis was challenging them more without Ja. Like they had
40.
they had two very winnable games, and then they blew out the Warriors. So that's his testament to the team he has around him and the coaching. Now,
Yeah, no,
not saying
he definitely has a great team around him, and I agree with
Yeah.
that point. But I can't. You can't sit there and tell me that they're a better team without John Morant. I think that they.
I agree.
Guys,
Everybody
guys,
No
agrees.
one's saying that.
step
No
up.
one's saying
Yeah.
Okay, assuming like
I'm just saying like they have a better win percentage. Not saying they're a better team, but that's just a testament to how good and how, like the camaraderie and everything. So when you try to put Ja on this pedestal because his team did this year and Kawhi wasn't healthy and AD wasn't healthy, I think like we moving too fast with Ja.
I hear you. Hey,
Yeah,
Lou,
and I just
go ahead.
I want to
last
say
thing.
one thing. It's probably gonna get me kicked. It's probably gonna get me
You're
kicked if I
done
wasn't
after
already gonna
this.
get
I'm
kicked already.
serious. So go ahead.
But if we want to talk about Trae Young, and this is probably gonna get me kicked, I personally do not think Trae Young is better than Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Like,
I kick him.
Yeah,
He's
he's not staying. He's not staying. He's not staying.
Kick him. He out of there.
You can't stay and say that.
We got to. I love Lou. If you still watching, I love the energy, bro.
I do think
Really
Shai
do.
is very underrated though.
I think
Definitely.
she's underrated, but you don't have to.
Definitely,
lie.
but Trae
Yeah,
Young,
you don't have to go out. You don't have to go out to those.
Yeah,
guys.
you didn't have to do that. He didn't.
That's a fact. Hey, big fan
Honestly,
Breezy.
though,
Big
Yeah.
fan Breezy. I appreciate you being up here with us as long, but I got to keep that rotating
Nah,
guest.
it's all good. I
Appreciate the
just
heat you
wanted.
brought. Go
I'm
ahead,
gonna
bro.
I just wanted to tell y'all the top 10 rankings for 2022 and 2023 season. They got Giannis at 1, Jokic at 2, Curry at 3, KD at 4, Embiid at 5, Luka at 6, Braun at 7, Kawhi at 8, Tatum at 9, and Butler at 10.
I don't think that's a bad list.
who is that?
Y'all can chop it up. I just wanted to say
Who
that,
is that
and I'll
by?
jump in the comments and watch y'all.
Oh, I
Thanks for
appreciate
having
that.
me on, man. I appreciate y'all, man.
Nah, I
Shout out to
appreciate you. You brought the
KD
heat
in the
today,
top
fam.
5 and Luka not
Player's
in there is
choice.
crazy to me.
You said Luka what?
Luka not in
mean,
the top 5 and KD in there is just crazy to me.
I think it's debatable. Like, especially from how KD just went out, it's hard to not put Luka ahead of him. But just looking at everything they bring to the table, it's still a debate because
Before
KD is
you guys
still
get into
still
this
that
top
guy.
10, I just want to say there's 400 people watching and we only have 104 likes. That's
bad.
What are we
ratio right there.
doing?
that's
bad
what are
new
we
show, new show, and
doing?
you guys can't click the like button. Like, what's
We
Definitely
getting
gotta
y'all
get the
up
likes up
here,
on that.
y'all cooperating and shit, and y'all
We're
can't
bringing
even
in the
like the
community,
damn
and you
video.
can't like the video. Like,
Y'all hear me?
come on, guys.
Ridiculous.
I was just
Yeah,
scrolling on Twitter and I saw the link. That shit was crazy.
yeah, we hear you, Tyson and Ray. Is y'all mics good? Everything good with y'all?
Everything good, bro. Hey, real quick, I just want to get into this Trae Young thing. I'm not a big fan of volume shooters as your best player. I don't know any team that's won a championship, hardly any that's won with the volume shooter as their best, low efficiency volume shooter as their best player. Can y'all name me one?
Oh, I wouldn't necessarily say Trae Young. Yeah, he's not inefficient at all.
Yeah,
He's not inefficient.
Yeah,
He's
no.
shooting what? Under what? What is he shooting? What is his shooting percentage?
What's his true shooting percentage?
If you're gonna say under 40%, that's not necessarily bad.
No.
40%.
He's not shooting under 40.
Trae Young shooting.
I was gonna say he was gonna
He's
say under
3%
40.
above league average. He was 3% above league average this year.
3% above league average. That's good to you.
That's above average.
He had the same true shooting as Steph Curry, and I'm not about to say Steph Curry's inefficient. So
Yeah.
No,
yes,
not at
Curry-
all. But
he was efficient.
even
He was
still,
efficient.
if you put Steph Curry on a team without those type of role players, without that type of coaching, without that type of
Okay.
you put it's gonna be the same. It's gonna be the same results.
Okay.
No, it's
Yo,
not, 'cause
keep
we saw
spitting
what-
right
What's the
now.
same? What's the
what
same
Steph
results?
did
What's the
outside
same
of that
results?
system.
A playoff team with their early exit. That's all.
Trae Young's made the
Yeah.
conference finals.
He
That's
made
not
the
an
conference
96.
finals one time. I'm just saying.
All right, that
He's
was
been there
definitely- that was
twice.
definitely the
That's
Oh, twice.
50%.
Okay. I give you that. I give you
Nah,
that.
let's not do
half the
that,
time.
March. You got that off the back of Ben Simmons folding, bro. We're not doing that.
Yeah, that,
Yeah,
that was-
Everyone
come
makes
on.
playoff runs based on situations.
Yeah.
Everyone makes
Something has to
playoff
happen.
runs based on situations.
That was
Trae
Brady
Young
definitely
would
won
not.
the championship when LeBron
I-
folded too.
I'll
so
tell you this: Trae Young
You said
can't
will
hold
not
it. We
win a
can't just-
championship as the best player on his team. Neither will Damian Lillard. Neither will Bradley.
Okay, Steph Curry's the
Neither will
only
all
point guard to
No,
Let me ask you
a
this.
small point guard
Carmelo
to win
Anthony.
a championship as the main
Let me
guy.
ask you this, Tyson. Hold on. Let me ask him this question. Let me ask you this, Tyson. Do you think that Stephen Curry could have won championship without the Warriors?
Oh no.
Hell no.
Hell no.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
It depends on what team
How
he's
is
on
that
at the same
crazy?
time too. It's all
Because
situational.
Steph isn't
They
just
weren't even
like
good and they won.
It's all situational
Yeah, but-
because he's not easy
no,
to build
but
around,
what you saying? You saying
it
he
does
couldn't
matter.
win a
You do have to have
championship?
the
Like a,
right type of guys.
you saying he couldn't win a championship? So you taking him out the Warriors and putting him where?
You can put him
I
damn
mean,
near
that's why I say
anywhere, man. He's in the
situational.
perfect
You
storm
can't just
right
put
now.
him damn
He's
near
in the
anywhere they
perfect
win.
storm.
Like
Well, I'm saying you taking him off somewhere. So I'm trying to see what other situation is he going to be in. Steph Curry is a versatile player. He can play on ball and off ball. He can play on the ball and he can play off the ball. He makes the offense better. His ability to shoot creates so much more for his team. So
yeah, I'm agreeing.
go to State is built around Steph Curry, especially being your best. So if he goes somewhere else,
you got one of the best. Or when he was healthy, you got one of the best two-way 3-and-Ds in Klay Thompson.
Yeah, no, it helps. It helps, but
you got Draymond Green, who's the ultimate playmaker, or ultimate Dennis Rodman type that's going to do all your dirty work.
Yeah, but what would those guys look like without Steph Curry?
You need all of that. You need all of that to win a championship.
I think it's more so that question than the other side.
But you also
they all
need
each other. But I'm saying Steph Curry won't win without them, and they won't win without Steph Curry.
But Steph Curry is way more beneficial to their gameplay than they are to Steph Curry. Because Steph is still going to do what Steph does no matter where he plays. I agree with that. The outcome might be different, but he's still gonna hoop. He's still gonna ball out no matter what team he's on. He could be on the Hornets.
They feast up like Draymond. I promise you, if Draymond wasn't with Steph Curry, he probably wouldn't be getting paid as much. I can guarantee that because he benefits so much. Like he's a great player, especially on the defensive end, but he benefits so much by having somebody who can shoot the ball so well and he can set up like that. That helps out Draymond. Like it's easier to go find another Draymond than it is to go find another Curry, for sure.
Oh, yeah, that's true. No, I disagree. I disagree.
What other Draymond can you think of? I'm not saying
not exactly what Draymond, but I can see Ben Simmons simulating what Draymond does.
There's a lot of 3 and D forwards, but they don't do it Lillard simulating Steph Curry to a certain degree.
Right, exactly. You can't see Trae Young.
Not to the same level, of course not. Not to the same level.
No one does it to the same level.
Not exactly, because we never seen somebody as efficient as Steph Curry from this.
Yeah,
from
but in the
playing
playoffs,
from the perimeter.
Remember, Trae Young is still young. He still has time to.
He's young, but I'm saying like
the
impact, just the impact of Steph Curry is.
When you can scheme against Steph
ridiculous.
Curry, he's not that efficient. Let's be honest.
What's the scheme for Steph Curry? What's the scheme?
They tried it and he got better.
You got to stick to him like glue and get the ball out of his hands. Obviously,
they tried it and he got better.
You got to switch.
It's impossible.
You got to switch everything. You got to have a team that can switch everything. You know what I'm saying?
And that works for him.
We just saw a team that can switch everything, and Steph Curry got better.
All his numbers got better. Deflate in the playoffs several times in several series.
There's been times in the past when Steph Curry had faltered off and he got better. He got stronger. He got wiser, and that's why this championship meant so much to him, because they tried that type of defense on him and it didn't work. He got better throughout the years.
Defense did to KD.
But the thing that makes them so good is they have other players. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that, you shut down Steph Curry, you win the game. They got Klay that can put up numbers. They have Wiggins who play crazy in the playoffs, played out of this world for who he is. You know what I'm saying? So, they got other players that can step up. But I'm saying there's a scheme to stop Steph Curry. There's no scheme to stop KD, really.
Oh my God!
Except this last.
That's so not true. KD. See, let me talk for
if you want to say there's a scheme for Steph, that's cool. But you can't just say there's no scheme for
Dude, we just saw this.
KD's been schemed against more than Steph Curry.
Multiple times. You got his ass locked up against the Grizzlies.
We just saw the same defense. We just saw the same defense lock up KD and the same defense that Steph Curry torched. Come on, let's
The
be real.
same defense that beat Bron in 2011
It's
locked up
matchup.
KD too.
Just because one team locked up one team and another team didn't lock up this team, it's just
We just talking about the players. We just talking about the players. Like they schemed up against KD and he struggled.
Okay, he can struggle, but it's based off his shot making more. He's 7 foot.
That's
He
so
can get
not
his shot
true.
off. Yes, it is. That's not.
KD's
Why
the
you
only
laughing?
player we give these allowances.
Handling the
to.
ball.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
No
not
one has
true.
said
It's
this.
not
No one
true.
has said this about
Everyone else
saying-
misses
Bron.
shots is great defense, but because KD's 7 foot, it's just he happened to miss.
No, come on. Who's easier to stop? Is KD or
Well,
Steph
the
Curry?
evidence would suggest that either they're both as easy to stop as each other, or KD's easier to stop. The evidence.
That's what I'm
based
saying.
on
What's the
how-
evidence?
KD
you talking about?
I
I
It's
think
a whole
KD is a
team
lot
scheme.
easier
I'm
to
not.
stop.
It's
When
much
you watch him
easier. It's
play,
much
Steph
easier to
moves a
argue
lot off the
that
ball.
outside of Golden State, Steph's game translates to the playoffs much better than KD's. It's
Okay,
very
who's
easy
easier to
know
stop
that.
in Steph or LeBron?
Okay, that's
It's
obviously a
easier,
whole
it's
entire
easier to
different
stop
question.
Steph than LeBron.
Okay, and KD's in that same vein to me. I'm saying
I don't think he is.
No,
though.
because it's easier.
he's
It's
hard
easier
to
to stop
stop.
KD
Bron
than
Bron
it's
is
easier
a
to stop
way
KD
better
than it is to stop
playmaker.
I see where
LeBron.
Tyson.
That's the great point. Bron is a great point.
I see where Tyson is coming from
Playmaker.
because.
KD doesn't have the playmaking skill to beat double teams and to beat things like that.
But let's clarify.
Yeah, KD is not- KD is not as much as a
Wait. Let's
threat.
clarify
Okay,
this.
go ahead.
Let's clarify this, right? The 3 times actually where we really seen him struggle was Memphis Grizzlies, and that's because, in my opinion, the
was
best
bad.
defender in NBA history was on him.
That's a
The
crazy
2016.
take.
I know.
Whoa!
it's crazy. I
Hold
don't
on.
Whoa!
Yeah, are you
Hold
talking
on.
about
Let
KD?
me finish. Let me finish before y'all go away. I know what I said. Just let it go real quick under the rug. Number two, 2016 Rockets. 2016 Oklahoma City Thunder. Besides Russell Westbrook and KD, it was just those guys. There wasn't a lot of spacing, so it was easier to game plan for that because of the other pieces that was around him. This year, Brooklyn Nets, the other pieces that's around him with an incompetent coach. That's what more the reason on why he got stopped, and not because of his play style, not because of the scheme. They were more taking advantage of the team and the situation he was a part of than him as a player. I think where Tyson's going at is that I think there's more times where teams was going off of the weaknesses of Stephen Curry's game than Kevin Durant's. And Draymond Green alluded to that, Mars, and he said alluded to that. He said Stephen Curry, ISOs and everything, he really wasn't that guy that could reliably get a bucket mainly because of his strength, and that's a fact. He even said that.
I agree with that.
But
that's all I'm saying.
But
what I was gonna say was though that was a thing in the other past for Steph Curry. Now we watched him against we watched him evolve. Exactly, he got stronger, he got wiser, he got better, and this past finals, that's why it meant so much to him because he couldn't be. He had like one bad game, one bad shooting game. Other than that, he was a beast. And we still see these problems from KD that we saw against Memphis, that we saw against Golden State, and that we saw against Boston.
KD is just, I think people just lay off him too much. Like that excuse right there, you're not giving enough credit to what the Boston Celtics did this year, what the Grizzlies did to him, and then like the way he died off in those fourth quarters, those last 3 games against the Warriors is just terrible to me. Like if you're a superstar, if you're one of the best offensive players of all time, like KD is, you can't shut down in the fourth quarter like that. And then to also go back,
and that's not going nowhere.
Shut down how?
He did he wasn't efficient. He wasn't scoring. He wasn't being Kevin Durant like he was in those first 3 games, in those first 3 wins that they got in the beginning of the series. And then also I want to go back to that game 7 against the Bucks.
The first 3 games they won, KD wasn't playing that well either. I think it was only one game where he played well.
Game 4 is the game he played the best. Actually,
he was struggling the whole game because of
terrible in the fourth. He was terrible in those fourth.
I get what you mean, but it lacks context because you're not including like how difficult it is for a scorer to be making something out of nothing, bro. I mean, there's no spacing, and it's hard for guys to overcome that. LeBron James, why does LeBron James get shooters around him? Because even he's so great. Even he needs spacing. You feel me?
Okay, but there's also, that's true. I was gonna bring up 2018, but he didn't get
the 2019 Lakers are OKC.
What?
The 2019 Lakers are OKC. How was the spacing? The spacing isn't that much different.
I mean, LeBron also had Anthony Davis too. So
that 2020 Lakers team definitely had shooters on that team. They were a good team. They had the more.
It wasn't great shooting,
great, but they made timely shots.
It was better than OKC. They had Andre Roberson, bro. Like we
Yeah,
got
Andre Roberson was
Andre
terrible. They
Roberson
had
shot.
Steven
Andre
Adams,
Roberson
Serge
shot better from
Ibaka.
3 in that postseason than Kevin Durant.
Wow.
That's a
See, that's what I'm
nasty
saying.
context,
Like,
bed boys. He could shoot
That's
better,
crazy.
bro, but
No, we know he's
even though
not.
he's
We
not,
know he's
even
not
though
a
he's
floor
not
spacer.
shooting,
We know he's
even
not.
though
I
he's
just,
not taking
Yeah,
shots,
they
I
was
just think
leaving
it's
him wide
interesting. Like,
that's
open.
I just
still
think it's
just
interesting that
That's
just
why he
go
knocked
off
down a
of
couple
how
of them.
bad KD
He was
plays.
wide
And
open.
he was scared to shoot in Game 7. I remember that.
Right.
Man.
Yeah, man. He was horrible.
He
yeah,
was scared to shoot.
we were actively we had Draymond Green on Roberson, and he was just playing all the way on
Yeah,
KD
Yeah,
side.
he
It
was
was
just
crazy.
rolling.
KD
Yeah,
is just
he
he's
was
just not
freaking.
that guy. That's why I wish Dell was on here. I would just go
I mean,
back
it's
and forth
it's
from him right now.
but
He was not that guy.
but there
Meanwhile,
are
he's still one of the best
ways.
players ever.
Even when you have a player that can't shoot, there are ways for the coach and like your star player to like finesse a way around it. Like at least like with the Warriors, like Draymond, he's falling off a lot as a shooter, but there's ways that Steph Curry and Steve Kerr they make it work. And I think by reading the defense, being a great playmaker, that would help Kevin Durant tremendously, especially in that Boston series. Like if he can read where the doubles were coming from, or read like when to attack, or like when to do this and when to do that, not just want to go ISO and tween and go like try to score every play, then he would be a better player. Now I'm not saying KD isn't just an ISO scorer, but I feel like if he increases his basketball IQ and just his playmaking, that would have made that Celtics series at least like 6 games. I see. Now
I
adding
mean,
Ben Simmons, that's gonna help.
I think KD still has IQ. It's just like his game style,
Nah, for
his
sure.
gameplay. He's just known about getting the bucket, so that's what he's gonna try to do. He's just a bucket getter. I don't think there's much you can do about his IQ because he knows
Yeah.
plenty of stuff about the game.
To me, that's what
Durant's leadership.
separates. Oh, go ahead, bro.
I don't trust Durant's leadership. That's why I'm not really big on the Nets. I think when
Facts.
things go wrong, there's nobody to look at. You can't look at the coach. Durant already says the organization isn't as good as he likes it because he just came from a championship organization, so he knows the example of it.
But I think this
The
is the
Nets
year that they
aren't.
actually like gel up. To be honest,
Yeah, I
in
don't
my
like the
opinion.
size of the Nets. I think like y'all might say I'm crazy, but I feel like the Cavs will give him a problem in the playoffs.
Just because of those two big men, Evan
They
Mobley and
could.
Jared
I'm not
Allen.
mad at it. I'm not mad at
I'm
it.
Nah, they
Honestly.
could.
I wouldn't be surprised if they gave him like a good series,
I
but I
think
don't think they're gonna
the
be able to
Cavs are gonna be
beat the
like a
Nets.
top 3 seed. I don't think
Top
they're
3
gonna make
seed
the
is
conference
crazy.
I
finals,
love the
but
Cavs a lot this year.
I don't know
nah,
about
I
top
mean,
three.
I just think
I
because
give them 4, 5,
it's a
6.
regular season thing. I think like Brooklyn, they they have like some questions. I feel like the Cavs, they young, they healthy, they could just win a lot of games. Now I don't think they're gonna make the conference finals or anything like that, but like a top 3 seed, that's not crazy because like it's a regular season. Like I think the Timberwolves can be number 1. That don't mean they're gonna
Yeah.
make the conference finals.
Hey, Mars and
Number
Doug,
1. Uh-oh.
Yo.
Come on now.
where do y'all got the Sixers in the conference standings? Like,
I
what's
think
y'all
they're going to be the
predictions?
1 seed. I've
Yeah, I was
said
gonna
I think
say,
they're
I
going to be the
think
1
that's
Top
seed.
what
two,
it is.
top three. I wouldn't
Yeah.
down on that. I think they know how to win games in the regular season, so
Oh yeah.
I don't have to
Okay,
worry
yeah,
about that at all. I'm just mainly focused on the playoffs for them if James Harden is going to show up or not.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's it.
I think James
That's
Harden
it.
got to average at least a
That-
solid like
that's
22
a
and 8.
negative. I mean, the history tells you. I mean, what he gonna do? Change his
That's
stripes?
that's more of James Harden folding than the system. You feel me? Like I just
Yeah.
see too
Yeah,
many
James
times
Harden
James
be
Harden just
folding.
like it's
But I
crazy
think
to me.
this is like his best like overall team other than that. I forgot what year it is, but whenever they have CP3 and them guys over there, like I like the team surrounded by him with Tyrese Maxey, PJ Tucker, Tobias, and Joel. I feel like that's a good little
For sure,
roster
for
surrounded
sure.
by him for sure.
Hey, Desto and Desto and Blue Hoodie. My bad, brother.
Barry,
yeah.
you good?
Barry. We're gonna get some new
Hey,
guys on
I
here.
can say one more thing real quick.
Go ahead.
Hey, Doug,
Last thing. Go ahead.
who is this best defender of all time?
I'm actually gonna talk about that right after.
Okay,
You
definitely
know
gonna talk.
who he's going to say.
please
He's
don't
on
say
the
Tony
Grizzlies.
Allen. Please don't say
So
Tony
He's
Allen.
going to
He's
I'll
gonna
get
say
into
Tony
it.
Allen.
I'll get into it. I'll get
Let me
into
say
it
one
right
All
more
right,
thing
after.
hey,
too.
appreciate
I just
y'all though.
want to
Appreciate y'all.
I
Drop
just want to
for
say,
all you
oh god,
guys. Yeah, you got it right after. For all you guys here, I should have said this before. Drop your IGs in the chat or in the private chat we have. That way we could reach out to you guys. Drop
Cool.
IGs or any socials that we could reach you out on. I should have said that in the beginning of the show, but no, just do that now because we're definitely would like to reach out to anybody that's up here. So definitely drop that in so we could get in a form of contact with you guys.
all right, bet.
Go ahead. What's your final words?
I just want to say first of all, shout out to y'all guys. I watch y'all all the time. Y'all my favorite podcast out there. And also, I want to say Lakers win the chip this year. My boy Bron gonna bring back the
Oh,
That
that's how you feel?
wasn't me.
That's how you
That
feel,
wasn't
Doug?
me. That wasn't me. I promise you.
Damn.
That was
Damn.
Mars.
Laker hate is strong, bro.
That is
I'm not.
crazy.
We kick people for saying nonsense. Desta hasn't said nonsense, so he gets a peaceful goodbye. So thanks for coming on the show, Desta.
Thank you.
Desta,
I better not come with no wildness on here. I'll get the boot, man. I better keep it close to the vest.
Perfect. Let's get some new guys up here. Mars, I'll let you pick this time.
We'll bring in Brett. I feel like I remember him from somewhere.
Got you.
Yeah, I was the one that agreed with your John Stockton argument. I have the John Stockton jersey.
I knew that's where I remembered you from.
Yeah.
Drop it in the private chat, fellas. Private chat will be better. What's it called? So I gotta get into this take. Hold on, let me bring him in. Big Bro, what's good with you, bro?
Tony Allen, no?
Listen. Hear me out.
What's up, Mars?
What's up?
Hear me out. You gotta.
Chat, if you want to kick Dub, just say kick Dub. I'll get it done.
Y'all can kick me. Y'all can kick me for this. It's cool.
Hold up.
I think y'all just heard defender. I said best perimeter defender. You know, in my opinion, the best defender is Dennis Rodman or like Hakeem, maybe. But I'm talking about perimeter defending. I'm thinking it's Tony Allen. Because based off what I've seen, because as these two eyes have seen, I've seen the way that this guy has challenged the likes of Kobe, Kevin Durant, the defense that he's played, and I'm like, yo, I don't know who can do just as good of a job as he's done. And even Kobe and KD even said that. They said, nah, Tony Allen was the best defender to ever guard me. So that's why I personally think that Tony Allen is the best perimeter guy. If I need anybody to go lock somebody up, I'm going to grab Tony Allen. And I think the reason why he didn't have such a greater impact on the defensive end is because he couldn't be playing that long of a time because his offense was just terrible. It was just god awful.
He was a liability.
He was just a terrible offensive liability. So that's why I personally believe like Tony Allen and him and his perimeter defense are just trying to lock somebody down. I'm not picking anybody over him.
He was in a great spot with that Memphis squad, though. They was awesome dogs over
there.
They was
great team.
It was a dog team. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. They was great defensive team.
Golden State first championship.
I'll give you one thing. If you just my bad. Go ahead.
I was just saying, Golden State's first championship run when Tony Allen got hurt in the Memphis series, it changed the series.
I'll give you one thing. Tony Allen, probably top 5 perimeter defenders, but one, I don't know.
I just don't know who could do a better job at guarding Kobe and KD, bro. I don't know who could do a better job, bro.
You can't just skip Pippen like that.
You can't skip Pippen. I don't. Yeah, Scottie Pippen is crazy. Michael Jordan is crazy. Gary Payton is crazy.
He got the hard
work. Gary Payton. I was gonna say Gary Payton.
Kawhi. Listen, I could agree with you guys. Where those guys are in my top 5 realm as well. But when I'm just looking at it like, yo, who do I need to stop these crazy caliber of offensive juggernauts? I'm picking Tony Allen over everybody.
So you think if Tony Allen was guarding LeBron, you think he'd do a better job than Kawhi?
Yeah, that's
Oh, that's tough. I think he might. I think he might due to his physical attributes. But if I need Tony Allen on Stephen Curry or Kawhi Leonard on Stephen Curry, I'm picking Tony Allen. In my opinion, you know.
So you would take Tony Allen over like a prime Peyton, Gary Payton to stop Steph Curry?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Maybe that's because I've seen more of Tony Allen and I witnessed that firsthand in my mind frame. So maybe that's kind of like where I grew up around. But I got a lot of love for Tony, bro. I can't.
Ron, you think he's a better defender than Ron Artest?
Yeah, I think he's better defender. I think Bruce Bowen's amazing as well.
Bruce Bowen too, but
Bruce Bowen's nasty.
You think he's a better defender than Ron Artest?
Yeah, bro. I'm sorry, bro. What you want me to say, man? I'm sorry. maybe if like when you guys be like, oh, the career argument, defensive player of the years, or like longevity or impact. I mean, yeah, I could see y'all points in that.
I mean,
I'm just talking strictly on ball. You got to go lock somebody down, bro. I'm picking.
Mars, you too quiet. What you think?
I'm gonna say, you got any numbers?
He said at first. He said best defender ever. That's what was crazy. If you say perimeter defender, which you've now said, it's not as crazy. I mean, I still got Scotty and Kawhi 1 and 2.
Yeah,
but
I can see that.
But Tony Allen, for me, he'd be in like the top 7 realm. Like, I don't think number 1 is crazy.
I say Kawhi in his like Spurs days early, but once he had to be a primary scorer, I think that hurt his defense. But when you talk about Tony Allen, even Scottie Pippen, them guys can be like, this is my assignment for the day, to shut this dude down, nothing else. And they, gave their all into that. So that's why I think those guys were just perimeter defenders. That's it. Those guys are a little better than Kawhi.
But don't you think if you took away Kawhi's offensive responsibility and told him be Tony Allen, no offense, straight defense, you don't think he could do that?
It's over with.
Oh, I think he could, but I'm just giving the facts of the reality of it, that he's not that. He has to carry an offensive load as well. So those guys, like even Pippen, like he had Mike, where Kawhi is pretty much one of your primary scorers, 1 and 2 with Paul George, or even in those later Spurs days, he was one of their top guys scoring. So he had that responsibility where he couldn't just, like I said, watch film all day and study these big matchups he had coming up and take them out the game, or not take them out the game, but try to, shut them down the best he could. Whereas Pippen, it had more, I say like free time, freeness to do that and just focus on the defensive end. And that's what made them better perimeter defenders, in my opinion.
Can I ask y'all this? If you gave Tony Allen a reliable jumper, don't y'all think that he would have a greater impact on defense, or an opportunity to have a greater impact on defense?
I think he'd have less, because then he'd have to do something else.
Because then he'd be more of an offender. So then he would take away from defense, so he can waste more energy on offense.
I mean, he'd be on the court.
No, he's just shooting. He's not doing nothing.
He'd be on the
strictly
court.
3-and-D. Strictly 3-and-D.
Just being in the game longer.
Think about that.
Like a PJ Tucker. Like a PJ Tucker. He can knock down a corner three.
The dude was so good on defense that even though he had no offense, they still gave him PT.
He would still take away because he put work in on offense so that he can get open for those shots. I think a prime example is like Klay Thompson, for instance. A lot of people overrate his defense. He's not a great defender, because, I mean, he's going to be using a lot of energy on offense to get open for those shots.
I think you're overrating how much energy that takes. It doesn't really take just a reliable jumper.
Right. Stand in the corner. Wait for the ball.
I don't think Klay Thompson is a good was. I don't know how good of a defender he's gonna be now, but he was a very, very good defender. He just and he doesn't take. He'd be literally Claymore in the middle of in the corner, and you just hit him pretty much. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You can't do that when he's shooting 20% from 3. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't when teams can just sag off of him and not even have to worry about him. It messes up your offensive scheme and everything. So yeah, he had to sit down sometimes.
Yeah, you might get a 3-second violation guarding Tony Allen.
Facts.
That's a fact. Thank God he ain't playing the 90s. He would have been a real demon.
Andre Roberson is a broke man's.
Andre Roberson was the biggest liability on offense I ever seen in my life.
He was a broke man's Tony Allen.
Mars, do you want to get into your Anthony Davis agenda?
Oh, I mean, I don't know if it's really an agenda. I think it's something that people should agree with for the most part. If you look at Anthony Davis and you understand, because we all knowledgeable, I'd assume. We understand the AD we've seen post the bubble title has clearly not been the Anthony Davis we've known for the 5 years prior to that. And if we look at what Anthony Davis was doing the year in New Orleans before the trade and what he was doing in LA the year of the bubble, if we get that version of Anthony Davis back, which I believe is possible due to the fact he's had a full off season for the first time since the LA trade, I think Anthony Davis is a top 5 player in the NBA.
Yeah, I think he'd be the best player in the league. Yeah,
and I think you could make the case he's better than LeBron. I'm not gonna really argue that too much, but I think after Giannis, Jokic, Steph, and LeBron, AD would be the next best guy. I think he's better than Luka. I think he's better than KD. I think he's better than Embiid. I think he's better than Kawhi. Whatever other name you want to throw out there. I think Anthony Davis is.
I don't think
that
he's
level
better
of
than
player.
him.
I just got a quick. Can I get a quick point on AD?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's one thing about AD. How many players like in the top 10 right now you think can win a Defensive Player of the Year and MVP?
Well, Giannis has done it. Kawhi's done it. Well,
Giannis
Kawhi hasn't done it. Kawhi's won the defensive player of the year.
Kawhi would never win an MVP.
Yeah, he won't, but he's an MVP level player, but he just won't play enough.
Like in this year, just separately.
Well, in a
AD
season,
can actually do that this year.
This is my problem with AD. This is my problem with AD, right? I feel like, remember, the growth spurt that they talk about his whole life, right? That they've been talking about since he got in the league.
Yeah.
I feel like he went from being a guard to a big, and he never learned how to play big. Like, you don't know how to land.
I think his post game ain't too bad. His post game's not bad
shit,
at all. It's
man,
pretty good.
It's not good.
He doesn't demand. I'm a Lakers fan. He does not demand in the post.
He doesn't take a lot of post shots. He takes a lot of post.
It's a lot of face up. It's a lot of face up.
It's a lot of face up.
There's no power game with AD.
And then he doesn't know how. And then he doesn't know how to land. Like I seen one play where he jumped, got a rebound, and in the same thing, he was doing this, looking for the pass. And I'm like, dude, come down with the ball. He don't know how to land. He don't know how to do nothing.
Glade Divac, he always on the floor, man. They be on the floor all the time. Like, get off the floor, bro. All you did was grab a rebound. All you did was shoot a baby hook and you on the floor.
You look at this game and it's like you still trying to play guard and you 6'11". Like, what are you doing?
I mean, people praise Kevin Durant for doing the same thing.
Yeah, well, Kevin Durant's been a guard his whole life.
Sweating.
And KD's skinny. He's not as strong as AD.
Yeah, he not as he don't got look at the body types is different. That's why.
Hey man, real talk. I think AD won that chip, man, and was just chilling. I think he came in the season not focused, not because the numbers were horrible. The 3-point shooting was horrible. His field goal percentage was horrible. I just think he came in the season like, I got my chip. I'm gonna take a year off, kind of.
The only thing that was really down was 3-point percentage. His field goal percentage wasn't bad.
I mean, it wasn't horrible. I'm just saying it looked different to me. It looked different. It looked like he was out there on cruise control.
But AD's
around for the season was just too short.
Yeah, because if you look at the Miami Heat, who had the same short turnaround, they were killed by injuries that season after the bubble. I think
that could be something to it too.
And then AD was playing in the playoffs. He wasn't fully healthy, if people remember. I can't remember what it was. I think it was
he wasn't. It was a wrist injury.
Yeah, something. He had an injury, and then he was still playing through that. They won the title, and then he didn't have his full off season, which he's had throughout his whole career. And then he comes into the next season, he's hurt, so he misses time.
Right. And
then he goes into the offseason hurt again because he got hurt against the Suns. And then that turned into 2 bad seasons in a row. But now I think he's had the offseason that he's accustomed to. I think if he's not AD that I know from 2020 this season, I'm done. I'm off the AD train.
I think it's all about effort from him too. He don't always be his motor ain't high like that. He don't always be trying all the time.
Well, also, I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
Tyson
hit it on the money there.
Look, it helps that the Lakers actually have big men that can play the 5 now, so he might be able to actually play a 4, which is his more natural position.
I don't know why.
Darvin Ham still.
I don't want to play 5. I don't want to play 5. His position.
He shouldn't have to play 5.
He don't know how to play 5. He gets hurt when he plays 5. Why would you want to play 5?
He don't know how to play 5, bro.
Man,
Darvin Ham still wants to play the 5.
I don't like as the coach. I wouldn't want to hear that shit, bro. You're getting paid.
I mean, as the coach, you also got to do what's best for your team. And the 5, he ain't best for it.
He's a better option than
Damian
Jones and
exactly. If I don't have a 5, yeah, I agree. This is a small ball lineup. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can stretch the floor. Everybody can do their thing. When you put a bum 5 out there, that hurts the team. So
I'd rather have LeBron play 5 again than Anthony Davis.
LeBron playing the 5 is terrible.
No,
we don't really. Yeah, LeBron at the 5 is
staying
bad.
out there. At least he's staying out there.
That time when LeBron played the 5 last season, he was getting showed up by Harkenstein.
I don't want him to play the 5. I don't want him to play the 5. I'm saying over Anthony Davis because at least he stays out there.
No, bro.
Anthony Davis gets hurt every time he plays 5.
LeBron and his
no paint presence.
the LeBron and his rim protecting ain't like that. I'm gonna just be 100% real with y'all. He's a great help side blocker.
He'll block you from the weak side. He won't block you.
Yes.
Down block
and then
guy.
Anthony Davis right there next to him to help.
He's a great help side defender. He's not a one-on-one
He's not a
defender,
defensive anchor
He almost
presence.
won
especially in the
Defensive
post.
Player of the
Right.
Year off a health side defense, bro.
I mean, Giannis is one defensive player of the year doing the same thing. So
Yeah.
That's true too. Yeah.
I think that one should. Was that the one Anthony Davis was second?
That
I
year, I ain't gonna
think
say
AD,
nothing else
AD
though.
might have been second. I don't know.
I feel like
In this
AD
game,
should have got that year.
AD should have won. AD should have won that year, but we're gonna leave that
Yeah, I
alone.
feel like AD could have got that one.
most
I'm not
inside
mad
defenders
that
are playing
Giannis
help
got it,
side
but
defense
AD could have got
nowadays
that one.
anyway. You know what I'm saying?
I want to
Because they
know,
don't post the ball no more. You know what I mean?
Mars. I want to know how a healthy AD is better than LeBron James. Like you said, you can make the argument. I want to hear the argument.
Oh, because I think healthy Anthony Davis is the second best defender in the NBA.
Yeah, I was just to say it's
that's not crazy to say.
Behind Draymond Green's my number one. I don't.
Oh God.
You think?
Oh my God.
But I think he's better than Rudy. I think he's better than Giannis. I think.
I thought you
who
were
else would
putting
be
on it at one.
No. Healthy Anthony Davis is a better defender than Giannis. To me, easily.
I agree.
But if you want to say he's the best defender in the NBA when healthy, I mean, I wouldn't mind.
A healthy AD is the best defender. I think the best defender in the league.
I have no problem with that. If you want to say he's number one, I wouldn't argue because
he can guard on the outside. He can guard. He can lock your paint up. He can do all of that. So it's saying he the best when healthy is not crazy.
I remember we put AD on Butler in the finals, and he did a good job.
Yeah,
he did a very good job. That was like game 3, I think. Game 4 after Jimmy Butler had 40. But I think being a top 2 defender in the NBA, being an elite off-ball scorer like AD. For me, AD reminds me of Kevin Garnett. That's how he reminds me. He's a great off-ball scorer, but he's not
without
100%. But great off-ball scorer. He's not gonna be your number one. Like if he's your best scorer, you're probably not in a great position. But as a number 2 offensive player and the best defender in the NBA, I think that's enough impact in totality to make the argument that he would be better than LeBron. But I wouldn't go that far yet because I still think even 2020 LeBron, I think he was the best player on the team. And I think it's something similar now. But I think they'd both be top 5 for me. I think you can make the if you want to say Luka over AD, I'd be like, that's cool. But anything beyond Luka, I wouldn't get with that personally.
I just don't get him over LeBron. Because
I'm not making the argument, but if someone said that, I would understand.
For them to be successful, he has to be the best person on the team.
That's true. AD led in every stat.
Well, let's put this into context, right? LeBron James in 2020, he was above average, or I think he was a good defender in 2020.
I think he was a good defender. Yeah,
he was a really good defender in 2020.
He was at least average.
Led the league in assists. I think he led the team in scoring as well, right?
No, AD led the team in scoring.
AD led the team in scoring
for the season.
But it was marginal. It was like 27 to 25.
Yeah, it wasn't crazy though.
So to me personally, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it as a guy where yes, AD is a better defensive presence. If you want to say he's a better scorer because of 27 points per game, I mean, I'm not really with you on that, but I can see if not, they're the same. I got LeBron, who's just as good of a scorer. He creates plays for the team. He's also a great defender at that time. I just think that LeBron James, in my opinion, I don't even think that Anthony Davis and his defense trumps that. I don't think Anthony Davis defense trumps what LeBron James brings in 2020.
Like the Lakers, you gotta think before AD came, the Lakers were one of the last teams in defense.
Yeah,
AD came, we were top 3, I believe.
But that goes to LeBron James. That's how he does, bro. If he sees that his team isn't really that great on defense, he just doesn't try. That's just what he does. It's annoying as hell. He has the great potential to be a great defender in the league every year. It's
a lot of people call him the front runner, man. He does have a little. I love LeBron, but he has a little front runner in him, man. When he sees things going well, he tries harder, it seems. And when things is going bad, you see the bad body posture. You know what I'm saying? His head down. He kind of quits a little prematurely to me.
I like Dub not
Mario Chalmers.
I like
right.
I like Dub not disagreeing with when Mars is saying that Anthony Davis is me better than Kevin Durant though if he's healthy.
Oh, you said KD? Oh no, I did not hear that.
I mean, KD's not in my top 5. Like he's not in my top 5 right now.
You undervalue him heavily. We argue about this all the time. I can't.
Did y'all?
I don't undervalue KD. There's a league is just so talented now that a guy like KD can be out
Nah,
the top five.
you said below average playmaker, below average defender.
No, below average defender, okay. Below average playmaker, no. I think he's an average playmaker.
I think he's above average in both.
Kevin Durant. I don't.
Kevin Durant
above
is
average
average
defender.
playmaker.
Above average defender. I don't.
He's
not
a
above
horrible.
average.
He's a horrible playmaker.
He's
I
not
don't think
horrible.
he's horrible. I think he's above
I
average.
wouldn't. Horrible is like 2019.
He's not
Kawhi.
LeBron's level, but
He's
he's
2019
above
Kawhi. was a horrible
Earlier in his
player.
career, he was a horrible playmaker. As he's gotten older, he's become a average playmaker.
His MVP years when I think he became like a solid playmaker. Every year
Facts.
before that, I'd say he was a bad playmaker. Like if you watch the OKC versus Miami
Well,
finals,
I think the
the
roles
reason that they
changed,
won
too.
that
I think-
series so easily is because of KD's lack of playmaking. Like it
I
was
think
really
the roles changed too because I don't think earlier he had to play make that much. To be honest, I think it was just all about getting a bucket because
I
Russ
think
was there and James Harden was there, so he didn't have to play make. He just had to get the ball passed to him and get a bucket.
I think we leave out just like he's a great player, a great, scorer, obviously, but he just don't have the intangibles, man. I don't think you guys bring up on the show enough about these players' intangibles, man. You guys talk about the true shooting percentage, this percentage, but these intangibles is what some of these guys are lacking to take them to the next level, to be that Jordan, to be that. It's a lot of great scorers in the league. It's a lot of great playmakers, a lot of great this, but they just don't have the intangibles to lead a team.
I agree with you.
I don't think he doesn't have the intangibles.
For sure. He's not a leader, man. He just wants to go out there and hoop. He doesn't, he said it. He said as much. He was like, I just want to hoop, man. I'm just here to play. He doesn't lead. He doesn't, talk to Kyrie and be like, hey, man, we need you this season. We need you to come here. He's just let Kyrie do his thing. You know what I'm saying?
Because
he don't have that leadership skills.
My thing about that is him and Kyrie probably had a private conversation and nothing wasn't going to change Kyrie's mind.
I think him and Kyrie are fine. I think it was more with James Harden because, I'm not gonna lie. If I'm in KD's situation, I'm looking at Kyrie. I'm like, listen, you don't want to get vaxxed. Like, I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
like,
you
don't
can't
wanna
make
do that.
nobody get vaccinated.
I'm not gonna put that on you, bro. No, I know that's not what you're
not even
saying.
playing half the games ain't his fault.
Yeah.
Ain't Kyrie's fault. That was.
I think KD in that
the
realm right
organization
there. I think KD in that realm right there. I'm like, all right, KD, like I'm fine with you not stepping up to play, trying to get on your mans about that. But in terms of James Harden and KD and what happened between that little miss, that's where I say that leadership role is in question.
I say if it was any situation, though, even a situation that you would step up for it, KD's not stepping up for it. KD's like, hey, man, do your thing, bro. You know what I mean? I'm just here to hoop. You know what I'm saying? He don't have that Jordan, that LeBron. Even LeBron, from all accounts, LeBron is a great leader. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And you might not see it so much on the court or whatever, or however he does it, but he's with the guys. He's texting the guys. He's talking to the guys. You know what I'm saying? I think KD does that too, but it'd be on some bullshit. I don't think it'd be on basketball type stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you, and I think a lot of people forget and underrate the fact, and I got reminded of this when I watched the Redeem Team doc, because I forgot about it completely, how leadership can change the momentum of the team, how leadership, aura, your energy can really motivate guys to step up to the plate to be better than what they are. And I think a lot of times for me and Kevin Durant, I love Kevin Durant and the talent that he brings, but I've always sort of not Kevin Durant because of that. Because at the end of the day, I'd never seen those intangibles from him. Right. Still a great player in his own right. I think that's what holds him back from being on the LeBron, the Kobe's, the Tim Duncans of the world.
My point exactly.
So that's where I think that where that really holds him back. If he had that aura, that leadership to him, he could be easily top 5.
Right. It's like the Aaron Rodgers. He's a top 5 talent, but he's not top 5. You know what I'm saying? When you look
think
at
he's top 5, but I see your point. He's not Brady. He's not Brady. He's not Brady.
He's not Brady. He's not some of the big winners. The Montanas, you know what I'm saying? The guys that go out there and lead their team. You know what I'm saying? He goes out there and you see the arm talent, you see the throws, you see this, that, whatever, but you don't see the results because of the leadership issues.
Aaron Rodgers is not top 5 simply because he just don't get it. He don't get it done. That's why he's not top 5.
man, I don't know if I want to turn this to a football debate now.
You just don't get it done. You see what
You can do it.
he did against my
Hey,
49ers every year.
I'm definitely
Hey.
going. Yo, drop your Instagrams in the private chat, bro. Cause I got you, Ron. But drop your Instagram, Tyson, or anywhere I
Okay.
can reach you at. That way I could hit you up about gridiron episodes and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah. I'm all
For
for it.
sure.
Hey, even baseball, I gets down. I
I
watch them
wish I
all.
knew baseball. I'm getting back into it right
Yeah.
now. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
Did y'all
But
see? Did y'all see the
go ahead.
Did y'all see the Lakers bringing Westbrook off the bench tonight?
Yeah, I
Oh,
saw that.
they gonna
They're gonna
experiment with
try him
that?
off the bench. Yeah.
I love it.
They gonna start Kendrick Nunn?
I'm not sure. I think so though. I think it's him and Pat Bev.
These all guard lineup to just they stressing me out.
Kendrick Nunn been hurt so much I forgot he was on the team. I ain't gonna lie.
He's been doing great this preseason.
He been balling. I like what I see from Kendrick, man. He looking good.
All right, fellas, we gonna get another crew in here. Get them up here
All right,
real
be
quick.
easy, yo.
So definitely take care. Appreciate the talks, man. Again, drop y'all socials. Drop any ways to reach you in the private chat that we could reach out to you guys, bro.
Yeah, you
Appreciate
ain't
y'all
get my
for
social
joining.
dub. Chill.
I appreciate
I
it.
got you already.
Hey, hey, man, quick shout out to y'all, man. I haven't been watching too long, but from everything I've been watching, man, is dope. I love the personalities, the engagements, man. It's all good. So salute to
Yeah,
y'all,
get me
man.
on
Appreciate it.
gridiron dub. I'm with that.
I got you too, Ron. I'll be
Yes, sir.
forgetting you know your football too, man. So
Yeah,
y'all be
man.
easy, man.
So
Appreciate the
it's
shout out, Tyson,
Yep.
for real.
I like the
right.
respect y'all debate with. The respect y'all debate with is perfect. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you.
Thank you, bro.
We appreciate it.
Be easy. Hold up, Mars. Let's just hold this real quick. Drop a stream link in the chat. We're gonna get as many people as we can right now. As many people on at the same time right now. I want to end it with a bang, right? What's a topic that we could talk about that'll get everybody insane?
I mean,
If you got a
realistically,
topic right now that you think everyone will go crazy over, please drop it in the chat. Cause I want to get everyone in here and I want everyone to go crazy. I have a master plan right now. I do. Is KD a pretender? Because he's not a leader?
a pretender is crazy.
I think that's the one. I think that's the one. We've talked about Brooklyn Nets this whole show. So before we get everybody in here, is Kevin Durant a pretender? He doesn't have leadership intangibles. He hasn't done shit without Stephen Curry. He just got walked down by the Boston Celtics. He got walked down by the Golden State Warriors. He got walked down by Tony Allen. I had to drop that one in there. So, is Kevin Durant a pretender? Yo, let's get everybody as possible in here. Please join the chat. Again, like the damn video. Please do not forget to like the damn video, bro. How many people we got? Turn your cameras on too. If you don't have your cameras on, we can't let you in. So please keep your cameras on. That way we know you ready. You got your mics ready and you're here to go. Is this as much as we can have?
I think so. Yeah, we're at max capacity right now, but there's a couple people without cameras, so if they don't come on, we can kick them.
If you don't got your cameras on right now, we're gonna kick you guys from the waiting room. And there's gonna be 2 more spots available for people. Mars already did it. All right. Screw it. Do the other one. 2 more spots available. 2 more spots available. Come in with your cameras on. Come in with your cameras on.
There's 1 spot left.
One
Whoever gets
spot.
that last spot.
1 spot available. 1 spot available. Come in with your cameras on, please. 1 more spot.
I have
One
no
more
idea
spot.
how 12 people is going to work on this, but
Oh, 12?
first, that's
1,
how
2, 3,
we
4,
have
5, 6,
we have 11 in here
9,
right now. I think
10.
two
Oh,
us
oh,
two.
oh, oh, no,
and-
no, no. We're
yeah.
done. Yeah, that's it. That's it. My bad. Yep, that's it. Because it's 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, yeah. Damn. My bad. My bad, massive artist. I gotta let you go.
That's tough.
I gotta let you
That's
go. I'm
tough.
sorry. Keep him. Whoever joins in last, don't bring him. I apologize. I'm sorry. That's my bad. Next time. Next time on this episode of Dragon Ball Z. You ready?
Let's get it.
Let's get him up here. What's good, fellas?
What's good? What's good?
What's up, man?
What's up?
Oh man, that's it.
Yeah.
Dang.
Salute, salute.
Yo, y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yo, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do a quick mic check. Y'all can hear me too?
Okay.
Go. So I want you guys. I want all of you guys. I don't care who goes first. I don't care who goes last. I want to know: is Kevin Durant a pretender with a capital P
Nah,
R
that's
E N
crazy.
T D N E
Hey,
R?
Dub, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Pretender.
I don't look because what I feel like people overdoing it to it is the way he played last series against Boston, bro. But you gotta look at it like he was by himself against Milwaukee, bro, and he took that series to 7 by himself, realistically, bro. And he gave Giannis the work. He was out of the finals because of his big ass foot, and that's it. And which is crazy to think about. He would have lost. He would have lost in the finals, but his big ass foot was sold him going to the finals. In my opinion,
like 4 different times.
but in overtime, look, listen to me. Overtime, he played terribly, but he would. That shot is like that. That shit is ridiculous, bro. The fact that he would have won that series on that shot if his foot wasn't as big as it was, bro, is ridiculous.
I mean,
that was
in terms of a player,
we can't use his foot was on the line.
Why not though? Because that's what it is, bro. Because he would have won. That would have won the series.
Okay, but the point that y'all are missing out on is this.
And then
Kevin Durant has been the consensus top 5 to top 10 player conversation damn near his whole career. Y'all, and if you take that one series way over that one play, he played great that whole time, and every time he's been on.
That's what I'm saying.
Efficient or not. People try to.
That's what I'm trying to say.
People try to use an intangible, something called leadership, with something you cannot even measure because everybody's leadership strategy is different. Because we just seen Draymond Green knocked out Jordan Poole, but the old heads in the '90s tell me when Jordan slapped Steve Kerr, that's good leadership. He already told you he wasn't a good leader. The players built off skill.
Why can't a player lead by example?
That's true. Lead by example of the court. Then also the guy who y'all praising now, who had to learn how to create a shot to become the player of the year, Steph Curry. Now he's ranked 3. We had to add Kevin Durant to that team because he couldn't do that job of create his own shot when the offense break down. Correct or not? And Kevin Durant was the best player on that team. So you telling me guy is a pretender who's been in the conversation from 1 through 5 pretty much his whole career or when his prime, and now all of a sudden he had one bad series.
That's what
he go from 1 to 8. That makes no sense. How can he be a pretender?
The talent has improved though. Like from when KD, especially when KD was at his peak, compared to the talent now, I'm not gonna say it's a massive crazy, but there's been a talent difference. So like I still think in terms of like a player, I still think KD's up there. But in terms, if you're talking about a leader, I do think KD is a pretender in that right, because there's been a few accounts that shows that his leadership is very, very questionable.
I can't believe y'all got me defending Kevin Durant right now, bro.
I've been a LeBron fan my whole life, bro, and it's crazy.
How can KD be a pretender?
Well, I mean, if pretender is like probably the wrong word to say. If you got to compare him to like the people that he's been in the league with, like LeBron and them, he's not. I would say that his leadership isn't as effective as theirs, because I mean, you got to look at it too that he's not. I don't think that he's the type of player to be as vocal as those type of guys in the locker room. Like he's just there to hoop, bro. He don't care about that. He's just there to hoop. I mean, and that's how I see it.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't think he's.
No,
go ahead.
No, I kind of have a question for you too, because you did, Dub, you did bring up the documentary, and I don't know if you remember from the documentary. I also got the Chris Bosh book. I got it from that book too. But there's 2 kinds of leaders. You got the vocal leader, and you got the leader that leads by example. So, do you think KD might be a leader that leads by example?
No.
No, I don't think so.
He literally said, "I just want to hoop. I don't
think so.
No, I don't think so.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He's just there to hoop, man.
But that's what I mean by lead by example.
Yeah.
Like coming in.
But it's different because Kobe leads by example. He wakes up 5:30 in the morning, go to work out. That's leading by example. Just because you go play basketball good, it's not leading by example in my opinion.
But you guys act like
because I don't think Kevin Durant waking up at 5:30 in the morning to go work out like Kobe Bryant does. That's leading by example.
But look,
we're not finna do that with Kevin Durant.
Yeah, we can't. No, we can't use that.
This is why I don't argue intangibles. It's just based on
hold on. I'll answer that. It's also based off body language, and I'm sorry I have to bring this up.
Oh, this again.
It is. I'm not gonna lie. Like my whole life is just something that I do. I analyze people. I watch people, and I formulate my own opinion due to the actions that people show me, and that's just how.
Yeah.
And most of the time, when I watch people and see how they are, see how they interact, I'm right with my assessment because they showed me exactly who they are. So I think there's lessons on this, there's classes on this. You could learn exactly what a person is due to their body language, due to what they show you through their actions. And me personally, I've never seen actions that Kevin Durant has shown me that showed me of a guy who leads by example.
Dub, I got a question. Hold on, wait. Dub, I got a question. Is LeBron a great leader?
Yeah, for sure. You can't take that.
LeBron James has shown up the last couple of years have one of the worst body languages that we ever seen. Not getting back on defense. Doing like this.
I'm with you there. So you want to know when I got off LeBron James? I got off LeBron James in that 2019 year because like what Tyson told me before, he's a bit of a front runner, and I don't like people like that. When the going gets right, he steps up, he does all this shit, he shows the floor, and he is a good leader in that aspect.
But when it gets bad,
when the going gets tough, he allows people to get the blame on them. He doesn't step up to the plate when that happens, and that's where I'm kind of off him for the leadership role. And that's when I've been off him ever since that year. I was off him.
I have a question for you guys.
Yo, Dub, don't let the Brown Cyphers hear that, though. They gonna come and storm the whole
time. They're afraid of the truth.
I have a question for you guys. Was LeBron a front runner in 2018 when he led his team to the finals with that roster?
100%.
Front runner that year?
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
They had a stretch. They had a stretch before the trade deadline.
He was playing with house money, though.
You know what he did? You know how he was.
Had no money.
You know how he was.
LeBron is never playing with house money. That's
bro. He took a team that was ranked the lowest all-time in defensive rating in the regular season to the finals.
Yeah, he did.
You're playing with house. Nobody thought that team was going to do that good. The Raptors choked. They literally
DeMar DeRozan. That was like the last time you can say that LeBron was the carry.
DeMar DeRozan slander. The season can start. Off season cool, but the season.
No, he'll be good in the regular season. He'll be good in the regular season.
Yeah.
If LeBron lost in the first round to the Pacers that year, how tight that series was, I bet you people would have been criticizing him.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
But
I'm glad you brought house money that year though, because nobody else was on that roster.
LeBron always gets hold to that standard.
People were still criticizing him for losing to the Warriors that year, so I don't know how.
Oh yeah, that's crazy, bro. Those years that Kevin Durant was on the Warriors, nobody was beating them.
Nobody. People were saying KD was a better player than LeBron because they beat him in 2017.
No, that's crazy.
Hold up, fellas. What's your question, Kizzy? What's your
question? They could have.
My question is this: you can call me Kizzy or Weezy. It don't matter. But because Dub, you did bring up DeRozan earlier, so I want to ask you, like, would y'all accept DeRozan as a second option on the championship team?
I don't know, bro.
I'm a Bulls fan.
I'm from Toronto. I'm from Toronto. I love DeMar DeRozan. He'll never be second.
I like DeRozan
On my team for a championship. Never.
I like
DeMar DeRozan.
So hold on. Time out. Because I get second option. I mean, I get first option. I don't want DeRozan as my first option, but you wouldn't take him as a second or a potential third option.
Lakers would take anybody right now.
I don't want him on my team.
Well, why not?
That's crazy.
You gotta think about it.
Wait, Mars, why don't you want DeRozan on your team?
Hold on, who your team? Who your team?
Bad.
Warriors.
Golden State.
You gotta think about it like this.
Mars loves James Wiseman, ain't that right?
You gotta.
Hey, I like Wiseman too. He the next Chris Bosh.
You gotta think about it like this, bro. You gotta think about it like this. I think DeMar DeRozan, even as a second or third option, it would still be kind of tough for him because I don't think he's. Yeah, I don't think he's ever been like a great defender or like.
But you can find those. You can find those type of players as your role players.
For sure, but outside.
Yeah,
but you're right though. You're right. I'm not disagreeing with you, but you're right. You're right.
Outside of like his scoring like dramatically drops in the postseason for some reason. I don't know why. But it drops. His percentages.
That's when he was as a first option though. So if he's a third option, like we saw it with Andrew Wiggins, his whole career he was averaging the same amount of points. But now that he's on a championship team as a fourth option, he's so good. No, you're right. You're right. But that's what I'm saying. How do you know? How do you know that his defense won't go up if he doesn't have to have the offensive load that he did on those teams? You got to look at that because those type of players that have those type of offensive like how do I say like that they expect those people to have those type of points and stuff, all that the offensive load. When you diminish that load, he can focus his energy on defense.
Mars, you said
You never know how better of a defender you can be as a third option on the team.
Mars, you said your team. Hold on, wait. Mars, you said your team was the Warriors, right? You don't think DeMar DeRozan can go right into that system with that spacing and dominate because his game is on shot creating the mirror. How come he couldn't? He just literally averaged 30 with no spacing. So if he goes to the Warriors, you think he can't take Jordan Poole's spot and do what Jordan Poole do at a higher level? You just score
Jordan Poole, not Jordan Poole. Because that's a different position. That's a different position. No. We're not saying that. That's not what I'm saying.
Let Mars answer this.
That's different. That's different.
The question was to Mars. Go ahead.
I'd much rather have Jordan Poole on the team. He spaces the floor at a much higher level. B, he's a much better and more comfortable playmaker and decision maker. And the fact we can't overlook the fact that DeMar DeRozan is the worst playoff scorer we've ever seen. Like, objectively, if you're talking about high volume scorers, 25 points a game, whatever, 22
ever. I was gonna say, if you just say
name someone,
you got Draymond Green on the Warriors. That man can't score for nothing.
Name someone who's a 20+ point per game scorer who falls off as much as DeMar.
Bradley Beal.
Man,
DeMar DeRozan's on the same level.
I'm playing.
No one falls off as bad. No one falls off as badly as DeMar.
Not even Jaylen Brown.
And his game is so predicated on the mid range. That's meant to translate to the playoffs. So the fact that it falls off this badly, I don't know. Maybe it's because he can't get to the rim as well. Maybe it's because he can't shoot a free to save his life. Whatever the reason is, he can't get his game to translate to the playoffs. And I'm going to take someone.
No, that's
Jordan
facts.
Poole.
Yeah,
that's especially on our team as well. Like,
but are you saying that DeMar DeRozan is a number one option, or with the role that Andrew Wiggins has on the team though? Because you can't.
If you offered me DeMar DeRozan for Andrew Wiggins, I'd say no, because
Andrew Wiggins is way more malleable than
Andrew Wiggins spaces the floor better.
He's a way better.
He's better at the rim. And DeMar
DeRozan, but I'm not comparing them though. I'm just saying if you give the role Andrew Wiggins has to DeMar DeRozan on a championship team,
our team would be worse.
No, so DeMar DeRozan take Jordan Poole's spot right now.
Nah, because they're different positions though. They play different.
How?
I don't like comparing positions like that.
Combo guard. What are you talking about? That's what DeRozan.
Yeah, but Jordan Poole is a point guard though.
Steph Curry to go to the front office and tell them to trade DeMar.
DeRozan's not a 4. He only played a 4 because how
I never. No,
if you make DeMar DeRozan a secondary ball.
He's a 4.
You have to think about it like this, though.
That's why I'm saying Andrew Wiggins rather than Jordan Poole, because that's more realistic.
No, they're gonna keep Wiggins. They need his defense.
But you have to think about this, bro.
He's an okay defender.
Debo does not play defense on the Bulls. His job is to score the ball.
Exactly, but if you give him the role,
that's why I said Jordan Poole, because Jordan Poole's job is to only score. He's a combo guard.
But Jordan Poole is more perimeter oriented.
I know, but he spaces the floor though. That's the point. He spaces the floor.
But DeRozan playmaking is better though.
DeMar DeRozan is a horrible off-ball player.
DeRozan, don't do that. Don't do that. DeRozan definitely don't do that.
He's not a good off.
DeRozan ran the point with the Spurs. Don't do that. Don't even look crazy.
Yeah, DeRozan is a better playmaker in a number one role. DeRozan's a better playmaker in a number one role, but you're asking him to come in as a secondary role.
Exactly.
I think Jordan Poole is more catered.
Steph Curry can operate without the ball in his hands.
Yeah,
which is crazy. What they were saying earlier.
So then you want me to have the ball in DeMar DeRozan's hands and leave Draymond Green out there?
Yeah, I was about to say what they about to do with Draymond.
But you're forgetting though that
So you want me to take if Steph's off the ball, Draymond Green is gonna not have the ball, and you're having DeMar DeRozan.
So you think DeRozan can't hand off the ball to Steph Curry just like Draymond do? Because what type of
how are they going to share the ball? How are they going to share the court? How are they going to share the court? That's the issue. How are they going to be on the court together?
A quarterback out there. He's a
hold on.
Okay, but you're not
Chris Paul or something out here.
You're not thinking about the other end of the
crazy, bro.
DeMar DeRozan is not giving you anything on defense. Anything on defense.
Like he a PG. He's the majority of his he had 5 assists in the game. 4 of them be handoffs, and he might throw one.
Hey, Morris, is that overrated playmaking? Just handoffs?
Yeah, Draymond Green's a very overrated playmaker.
Okay.
I
like the consistency. He's making sure.
But the reason why Jordan Poole and Draymond exceed at the Draymond, like I said, for the Warriors, like I said, I think we all can agree he's probably the best playmaker either that or Curry, but I would still probably pick Poole. I mean, I said Poole. I mean Draymond. I'm tripping.
Yeah.
But in terms of Poole, I've been meaning to tell you this. The reason why Poole can do what he do because he's more perimeter oriented. He's more finesse perimeter. He's more in that area. DeRozan, he's more mid block. He's more post. He's more in that area. So it's a different dynamic.
And he demands the ball more. He needs the ball more in his hands.
The Warriors
bro.
did that for only one player, and his name is Kevin Durant.
I mean,
they're not doing that for DeMar DeRozan. They're not switching up their whole offense for DeMar DeRozan. To watch him break off the side of the backward in the playoffs.
Trash nigga.
No.
Because listen, and DeRozan, he said this. The reason why he got better from 3 last year.
Oh, he's a Chicago fan.
He understood. What's so funny? But anyway, he understood that he had to take it, but it wasn't like his main thing. With Poole, the 3 ball is one of his main things. So if you make that DeRozan's like one of his main things, it kind of changes his dynamic. Because yes, DeRozan did get better from 3 last year in terms of percentage, but like his main game isn't mainly relying on the 3. It's just like, okay, if I got it, I'm gonna take it. But it's mainly the mid block. So if you put him in the Poole role, it changes his whole it changes everything. Because DeRozan's not being DeRozan at that point. Feel me?
Yeah, I mean, you don't know how the system will change his game too. So it's like we've only seen him being the number 1 player on the team. So it's like, who knows?
Yeah.
How would it change his game?
I mean,
oh yeah.
We're basing this off of what we've seen, so who knows?
Because if Jordan Poole is obviously to create shots, that's what DeMar DeRozan will be good at because the spacing that the Warriors bring that he can actually operate the mid range. That's what I'm saying.
But he
I'm not saying that.
though, dog.
I'm saying he will.
No, that system. No, that system. No, you probably have to see a different system though.
Yeah, I don't think they're not gonna change the system for DeMar.
Exactly, they're not finna change the system for him.
Hold on. I have
They're
a
not finna change the
question. I have a
system for
question
him.
for SB. SB, if they, because Draymond Green has been in this little weird place right now. If they get rid of Draymond Green and put DeMar DeRozan in there,
man, stop it, dog.
Are they win? Oh wait! I didn't even finish the question. Stop it. SB, why are they winning a championship?
No.
Okay.
No.
Hold on, let him answer.
It's
Let him
simple,
answer.
yes,
Okay, so look, another people y'all know me in the chat. The reason I know about y'all because when I do my TikToks, this is called a death note. This is a bad take death note. I put people in the book. They
Open the book.
I get tagged in so many Mars videos. This is ridiculous.
Take the death note out.
No, trust me. You ain't never gonna catch me like that. I'll put you in it. They'll go and say something bad. But no, they will not be winning with if you replace Draymond with DeMar DeRozan because he's not gonna bring the defense. He needs the ball in his hand to be more efficient of a scorer. That's why I say replace him with Jordan Poole because Jordan Poole caught the bench, just get the ball, score with the space he got.
So hold up.
That's why I said Poole. You cannot replace him with Wiggins or Draymond. That team will not be successful.
Okay.
No, I never said replace him though. I just said with the same role that they have. Like just see DeMar DeRozan in the same role they have. I never said replace one for the other.
The role of Wiggins.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Just try to imagine DeMar DeRozan in the role of Andrew Wiggins.
He can't do that.
Yeah, he can't.
Yeah, that's bad.
You don't think he has the ability to do that?
No, not to be successful as he at the peak of his game. No,
but we have to see. We was talking about him being not the number one role on the team though. It's second, and third.
But Draymond a good defender as well. That's the thing.
Yeah, but that's not fitting. The reason why DeRozan.
No, but I agree with you. They're not
even with the Bulls because I ain't gonna lie. I rock with Debo because, like I said, it's a season start. So off season, I tell the truth, I'm being a fan that this season start. He ball hog too much, bro. He ball hogs. That's why he in the regular season, and it does not work in the playoffs. You're not finna sit here and just ISO all the time and think it's gonna work. It worked a little bit for Harden because the system he had with the shooters around him, and he was more of a consistent 3-point shooter. DeRozan's not that, so it's not gonna work, and that's why we got exposed in the playoffs. Against the Milwaukee
the
Bucks.
Bulls also didn't have Lonzo. So.
That too, and without Lonzo, that's what Lonzo.
They're not gonna have him at the beginning this year either.
Yeah, they're not.
Yeah, we need him too because that's when DeRozan didn't get the ball hog. Even Zach yelled.
Lonzo one of the best defenders on the Bulls too.
Yeah,
him and Caruso are probably, in my opinion, the best 2 perimeter defenders on the Bulls.
Yeah, well, Caruso is the best perimeter defender on the team.
Yeah. But they're the 2 best. They're the 2 best.
Took him from my Lakers, man. I'm still pissed off about that.
So I would still like to know. I would still like to know: is KD a pretender?
No.
What does
I don't
think so.
I don't know how this shifted to DeMar DeRozan. I don't know how.
He's a top 15.
Because they see this bullshit right here.
He's a top 15 all-time player. To me, it's hard for me to see someone who's on the top 15 all-time be a pretender. That just doesn't.
Yeah, it was just the last playoff series against the Celtics.
So it's hard.
Hey, Dub, I think I need to put you in a book though. You said KD ain't do nothing until he got on the Warriors. You gonna
Oh
want to
no,
explain
no.
that?
Wait.
And you said Kareem is a fraud. Now
You gotta,
Kareem
you
is a
did say
fraud.
Kareem.
Kareem is a
now.
fraud.
I could do the Kareem.
Kareem is a fraud. What we did?
Kareem ain't a fraud, dog. Top
I
three.
could do
Top.
the. But listen,
Explain yourself, Tone. Explain yourself. Explain yourself.
And he had said that Shaq and Hakeem would demolish him.
Oh,
It's
body
crazy.
bag.
They would.
Come on now.
Oh yeah.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
So the
Hakeem would give
KD
him
thing,
work.
the
Yeah.
KD thing. Listen, as a
Stop it.
host, you got to paint the picture, okay? And I
Hakeem
was
would give
painting the
him work.
picture right there, okay? Let's
Kareem like
understand that.
7'2",
Kareem's a
the
fraud.
same amount of Anthony Edwards. And you
Explain
think
how
fuck
Kareem.
him.
Dub. I got a
Shaq
question.
would murder him. That's not even a.
No, I want to
Jack.
explain that how Kareem is a fraud. I don't got a pen,
Dub.
but I can write you down later. But explain that to me, Doug.
Okay.
Damn.
Mars. Oh man, I have to repeat my whole little monologue.
I've
that I
heard
made.
this soliloquy over.
So,
3
in the
times
context of what I was speaking in, where Kareem was a fraud, I was talking in the context of people say that he could be the greatest player of all time, or even has a conversation, and that's why I say he's a fraud. Do I think he's a great player? Yes. Do I think that he's done a lot for the game? Yes. So I don't think he's ass. Do I think that he's undeniably the best center of all time? No, I don't. Do I think he's undeniably top 3? No, I don't.
Where
I
do you
think a
have
lot.
him ranked though?
He's in my top 10. He's not. He's in my top 10 for sure.
He ain't top 5.
Okay.
So
No. Hold on, let me finish. Let me finish. So when I look at Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and I revisit his whole entire career and look at what he did in his whole entire career, and I put it in a context like this, a lot of people has him on this status because of accolades. 6 MVPs and 5 NBA titles. And I will look at the 6 MVPs. All the 6 MVPs came from player voting. And player voting, after the year 1980, that's when they ended it. So I say it like this: if LeBron James, Michael Jordan, these guys, and were allowed to have the benefit of having the players vote for the MVPs, I think they would win more MVPs. On top of the players voting for the MVPs, I think that Julius Erving, Moses Malone, and George Gervin was playing in the ABA for some time that Kareem was winning MVPs. So that helped for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to win some MVPs as well. So I'm saying if a guy like if Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, and James Harden for a time was playing in a separate league, that gives more of an opportunity for LeBron James to win MVPs. So I think that if LeBron and Michael Jordan had the same type of leeway that Kareem had, I would say it'd be like, nah, those guys would definitely win 6, 7, maybe even 8 MVPs if they had the same thing that Kareem had. Then I look at the 5 NBA titles. I'm like, 3 of the NBA titles he was undeniably the best at. Maybe 2, but 3 cool.
3.
Everything after that, he was a second or third option. So I'm sitting here like, second.
So you're
third
knocking
option
him for
to win
being
a
a
champ-
second option?
No. It's not knocking him. It's not knocking him. But when I compare him to the greats like LeBron James and Michael Jordan, these guys for the whole entire careers, they have been the guy and winning titles as the guy.
Nigga, he got
And nobody,
old. He ain't
and
doing nothing for
nobody, it was no question that nobody was better than them. On top of that, Michael Jordan and LeBron James never didn't make the playoffs in back-to-back years. That happened to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Can you imagine the type of scrutiny that LeBron James would have if he didn't make
that
the
would be
playoffs?
crazy.
And
Skip
he
Bayless
didn't
would
make
be
the
on him
playoffs
every day of the week.
in back-to-back
That would be
seasons
nasty.
with two different teams.
It would be
But
nasty.
he ain't better
Skip
than
Bayless
Bron.
would be on his back every day of the week.
With the player voting thing, I disagree and I get pushback on that because one, you have to understand you have respect of your peers. If respect of your peers have to understand that you are great of a player, because also we have been complaining as many times, and we just did it recently again about how these media people do these lists. Now I get you where you worry about some people being biased. That's a possibility too. You also trying to fault him for his competition. At the end of the day, you cannot control who's in front of you or who playing in what league. All you can do is play who's in front of you. That's it, point blank period. And he took advantage of that. Also, he was playing in the league and he was at the best player of the league at one of the hardest positions. You had Wilt, you had Bill. I think Bill was still playing around that time. You also had Nate. You also had Artis Gilmore. I'm just saying it was a big man's league around the time. I don't want to go rant off all the old big man names. Yeah. Then he was consistently still the best player on a majority of all his championships, no matter what you try to say. Oscar Robertson, he was the best player with Magic. James Worthy, he was still the best player on that team. Mm-hmm. And he still was a great scorer at his position, and he was a great defender. And you cannot deny the fact of the 6 MVP. I had to re-look at his accolades again. I'm just like, and I don't know what you're seeing that you can't make him top 3. I don't see no other center ranking better than him at all. I don't see no other player, unless his name is Jordan LeBron, you can rank higher than him. Everywhere he played at, he has won. Shaquille O'Neal's not better than him. And I got Shaq at 5 on my list. But no.
So I'm gonna rewind real quick. You said you have to play who's in front of you, which I do agree with that. But when I do decipher and determine players, I believe context and understanding why things happen is very important, and having a good conversation on why this person led to success and why this person was successful. I think this was somebody else. Somebody else was on here was saying that Stephen Curry on the Warriors probably wouldn't win a ring and everything. I think that does have some weight, and he is a benefit of the Golden State Warriors. But you're right. He did what he did on the team he was. You can't take that away from him. He's great in his own right. So what I'm saying is, for the 70s, and I look at Hakeem and Shaq or Kobe, LeBron, I think if they have the same benefit of not having that type of top tier talent in the league at the time with them, on top of that, with the players voting for them, because players are more susceptible to vote for the guy that they really think is really like that. LeBron would have won more, MJ would have won more, and I just think that's just a cold hard fact. So I put all of that into context, and then when I look at the titles in which he won, Hakeem never had a supporting cast like that. Shaq never had a supporting cast like that. LeBron never had a supporting cast like that. Michael Jordan never had a supporting cast like that. You gotta understand the type of supporting cast in which he had. He had Magic Johnson. When he won, Magic Johnson, Jamal Wilkes, Norm Nixon, Michael Cooper. This is probably the best supporting cast that any player has ever had in their whole entire careers at the same time.
Question. Wait, is the Lakers, so the 80s Lakers is the greatest team of all time to you then?
No.
Greatest Lakers?
No, dude. Greatest team, period. Because how you just explained it, you said because it's Michael Jordan, which is one of the greatest teams of all time. And how you just explained it, so if the 80s Lakers is not your team, then you're the greatest team of all time. Then you capping.
They're top three to me without a doubt. They're always going to be top 3 because you have the Golden State Warriors and the Chicago Bulls, right? But when we sit here and do this, and that's mainly because of the way that I look at it, like if you're just ranking relative to era and just looking at the teams relative to era and not being like, well, Stephen Curry's so talented, Kevin Durant's so talented, so they're going to watch those guys. If we just say relative to era, I think they're the best team of all time when I say relative to era. I think that's the best collection of group of guys relative to era.
Hey, you kind of wild though. You definitely said Shaq never had no help though. That was kind of wild.
That's crazy.
No. I didn't say he didn't have help. I said
no. He said compared to that team, it's not the same.
And Jordan didn't either.
No, compared to Kareem though.
Compared to them, he's saying
that team was
not the same.
loaded.
Scotty Rodman, who else? Harper. Tony Kukoc.
Norm Nixon was a borderline all-star. Jamal Wilkes was a borderline all-star and a two-way threat. Michael Cooper, defensive player of the year type of caliber player. Then you had James Worthy coming to the mix. Magic Johnson, and then Kareem. Bro, it was and you got
crazy team.
And you got coached by Pat Riley, and who's an underrated coach.
But now my question is, who was the deciding factor to take that team over the top?
I think it's Magic and Kareem. I mean, you can.
It was Kareem. You gotta do that. And
you think they would have did this? You think they would have did the same thing without Kareem? Magic by himself?
No.
Okay, then. So it's both of them.
Because Kareem
can't do what they did without the two.
When Kareem fell off, they were still.
Magic. But then in the 79 finals, wasn't Kareem hurt though?
He missed one game.
He missed one game.
And Kareem should have been Finals MVP.
Yes, but they gave it back. He got the back when he went on the back end.
Yeah,
last Finals, he got his back. Yeah, he got it back.
Nah, don't get me wrong, dude. I'm not just gonna sit here and lie and say, nah, Kareem didn't do all his part. He was all in his supporting cast. No, like he did his job, and I agree with you. Without him, they don't win rings. Without Magic, they don't win rings. I think both of those guys coincided with one another to help elevate the team to win a championship. But when I compare him to all-time greats, I include all of these factors and deciphering these guys and understanding why this person was so successful. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel like saying fraud is crazy. He's overrated is better.
Who's you got Kareem at 5 or something? I know you can't be good at 5.
Why can't Kareem be
got him at 9 or
something?
You got him at
he's the top 3. He's the top 3.
You got him 8, 9, 10, Dub? 8, 9, 10 in there?
Yeah.
Maybe someone's having Kareem below 5.
You nasty boy.
No, 8, 9, 10 is crazy.
You can look at this guy's resume.
Because you gotta
say why you
look at his
resume.
Mons don't like the accolades. Mons don't like
that. You're proving my point.
No, you're right though. You're right. But that's
my point is this. You could I'm just saying off the basics. You could just look at his resume and say he's a consensus top 5 player. If you go even more advanced into it, you can see he's a top 3 player. Like at a point in time, bro, he was literally the best player in the league at his position. Y'all trying to fault him for
playing against cokeheads.
Yeah, it was
you
Bill
can't
Walton.
control it.
The only competition at his position was Bill Walton, who had one leg.
Okay, now I got Mike as the GOAT, right? I got Mike as the GOAT. And we can literally say that.
Too in the 80s.
But listen, that's my point. Everybody don't say nothing against about Mike in the competition he played against in the 90s either. The 90s is overrated. The greatest era of basketball to me, in my opinion, is the 2000s. From 2000 to 2010.
I agree. I agree.
I love the
90s is overrated, but nobody says Mike ain't the GOAT. Unless it's LeBron.
I agree.
Unless it's
Well,
LeBron.
how is the 90s overrated? Because we got.
Are you trying to bring another player into the conversation?
We got the 2000s, 2010s. I think is probably top 2, and
The
90s is either 3
is
or 4.
overrated because
As long as we all know 70s is last.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And that's where Kareem is.
That's the plumber.
I'll go to 2000 to 2010. Then I might go to 80s.
What about
Then
the
I might go
50s?
90s.
I
Or
don't
maybe
know
the
about
2010.
I don't know about the
50s though.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
I think
50s doesn't count. 50s
I think the 80s you just had like
Two
the
teams.
Lakers, Celtics, and then Detroit came along at the end. But I think that was like.
Don't forget the Sixers too.
Only
Don't forget the
problem with
Sixers
the
in the early
80s.
years.
I forgot. I
Only
forgot
problem in
about
the 80s, it was
Listen,
never
listen,
a
I'm a
finals
Sixers
where the
fan, so I
Lakers or
can't
the
just let you
Celtics
get
was in the
away with
finals. That's the problem with the 80s. The Lakers or the Celtics made the finals every year in the 80s.
Well, the 80s West was
It's
trash.
just a dominant run, though. That's a
That's
how
more
like,
than a dominant
I'm about to
run.
say, bro.
no, but that's like how LeBron and Steph dominated, the 2010s.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Nah, but the
I
80s.
think it's crazy to say that there's 5 players who are better at basketball than Kareem. I don't think that's crazy.
What 5 players you could put over
Yeah,
besides him?
I won't.
Not because
Mike-
bars does it different. He just looks at your
Mike-
skill.
I
He
got
don't do
it.
athletics.
Michael
Shaq,
Jordan.
Hakeem.
I
Michael
think I have him at like 6. I think.
Okay,
That's
Michael
that's
Jordan,
good,
LeBron.
but 8, 9, and 10 is
Mike
crazy.
Jordan,
in my
Hakeem,
opinion.
Shaq.
8, 9, 10 is not that good.
You got Hakeem. You got Hakeem
Hakeem,
over.
Shaq.
I think
Yes.
Hakeem and Shaq are better than.
Yes.
Nah, we ain't
Yes.
doing
Hakeem
Yeah.
over
Actually,
explain
I
that
might
to
have
me,
Kareem
though.
at 5th. I think that.
I got
think
Kareem at
They
5.
play basketball and they play it better.
I got Kareem at like 7.
I got Hakeem as. I think Hakeem's the best center in my opinion.
That's
I got
that's
Hakeem
cool.
at 4.
That's not a
I
bad
don't-
take at all.
That's the
I
best
think-
defensive
I
center
have-
ever.
I
and
think
you got to look at
Hakeem-
his
I think
offensive
Hakeem-
bag
I
too.
think. To be
what's the
respectful,
criteria
right? To be
for that?
respectful, I think Hakeem, Shaq, and Kareem is like damn near each other. I think it's just due to preference. I think to
Yeah,
me, I'm
yeah.
picking Hakeem and Shaq over Kareem. That's me.
Same.
I have to pick
Same.
them. And then
Agreed.
Kareem's right there, but
Yeah.
they're not far from each other.
Unless I start doing longevity, then Kareem can be over both.
Longevity.
If I'm just talking
Yeah,
about if I'm just
longevity.
talking about who's better at basketball, I think Kareem's.
So wait, y'all going off? So y'all saying by y'all eye test, y'all see that they're better?
Yeah, it's by their own stuff that they doing that. It's not like
Well,
'cause
I'm
most
not
of us
looking- I'm not
do it
looking
out
at-
of accolades and respect at the same time.
Okay.
They're
But Mars
looking-
does it just strictly off your basketball
I can't go off.
ability.
I can't debate nobody eye test.
Yeah, that's where I grew up.
I wear context. You might see.
'Cause I got-
I vision 2 different things.
I gotta
you're
look
doing-
at it, but I
you're doing
listed
what I
2
told
different
you.
ways.
You're doing what I told you that everyone does.
Right.
They look at this rap sheet. They look at what he's done. They
No.
look at all these accolades. They're like, how can't this guy be top 3?
No.
And I'm like, there's more things.
Yeah,
that
yeah, there's
No.
more.
I
Yeah,
agree
yeah.
with you.
Whenever
I
you're-
feel like you
That's true, that's
you can't just. I feel like you putting more weight on your eye test more than his resume. I feel like it should be a 50-50 split between that.
Yeah.
Tune
You
into
guys-
Oh, hold on, Mars. Tune
Yeah,
into
you
next
got-
episode of PC.
you
We're
gotta
actually going to
watch the
talk about
game.
that.
Okay, bet.
But his resume could be skewed in a way, though.
Yeah, because if you ever watch like the ESPN, the shows and all that, when they talk about the greatest player ever and they talk about Kareem, they're like, oh, it's because he has 6
Yeah, 6
championships.
MVPs.
They never go into
Yeah, they never go into his
career. They
No,
actually,
as far as it goes, 6 MVPs.
because they have such
Most
a reverence
unstoppable
for
shot.
him.
That's as far as it goes when they talk about Kareem.
Yeah.
They say 6
They
MVPs
don't
and
say
most
anything.
unstoppable.
And
LeBron,
sky
they
hook.
talk
There's
about
no-
every
there's no
single
conversation.
failure,
Like, it's so-
accomplishment,
it's
everything.
just-
When Kobe, they talk about all his failures. They never talk about any failure that Kareem's ever had. So I just have reverence for Kareem.
How his first year with the Lakers, he didn't make the playoffs.
Hey, fellas.
Salute,
appreciate
my
y'all
man.
for joining
Salute,
in,
salute,
bro.
salute, man.
Salute.
To you, my guys, bro.
Thank you for having us. homie.
No
Thank you,
problem.
thank you.
Drop y'all socials in the
Dub, you
private
already
chat,
follow
please,
me.
right now.
All
Bet. Yeah, I follow a lot of you guys already, but
Yeah,
anybody.
I think the player choice, y'all follow me on TikTok already.
Yeah, we got
tagging
you.
too many videos of you,
Hey,
Mark.
hey, Dub, that was me that was talking with you yesterday on Fluent and Chill. That was me with you.
I know, I love you, bro.
Hey, man. Mars,
from Jersey,
Mars,
bro.
me and my boys, bro. We
You from
the
Jersey
stuff-
for real?
Yeah, I used to
it-
live in Trenton like 2 years ago.
Mars,
No
I got a question.
way.
Could it be fair to ask if maybe like I respect the way you think about your top 10 is skill too? Because for me, I got a top 10 on your skill and then a top 10 on your accolades too. Because like you can't say that your accolades can't determine the type of career you had. Because a lot of people just rank their players on careers too rather than just their skill.
Right.
That's a lot of people's top 10s is just your entire career, not realistically your type of play. So is it fair to say that you could also have a top 10 on your career and then a different top 10 on your skill?
Mars
Because saying that the accolades don't matter at all is crazy because people play to get accolades.
Okay.
In my opinion,
I don't really have long, so I'm gonna.
All right, man. Salute y'all. Hey, man, and stop disrespecting Lamar Jackson on the Gridiron Show, man. Y'all got to chill on the Lamar Jackson disrespect.
That's Mookie. You. I got you, fam. You be easy, bro.
All right, y'all.
Well, I'll do this quick. When I'm talking about when I'm ranking players, I don't want to talk about stuff that's based on other people's opinions. I don't care if, for example, Stephen A. Smith voted this person all NBA first team. I don't care. It's nothing to do with my opinion on you as a player. If you say players play for accolades, that's cool. I agree. You could see that Steph Curry really cared about getting that Finals MVP. That doesn't mean I have to care about it. He can care.
No, I respect
that's
that.
cool.
I respect that.
If I'm looking at you as a player and I'm ranking you how good you are, so my best list, I'm looking at how good you are at your best, your peak, your prime, however long that is, 3 years, 5 years, whatever. If I'm doing greatest, I don't do accolades because once again, that's other people's opinions, not mine. So I'll just do how good you were and then how long you sustained it for. So for example, on my best list, I think Kareem's around 5 or 6 because I think MJ, LeBron, Shaq, Hakeem are all better than him. But on my greatest list, I have Kareem 2 or 3 because I think
that's what I wanted
MJ
to
and
understand.
Kareem.
Yeah. Okay.
But that still has nothing to do with accolades, just that he was so long. So it's whatever.
Hey, Dub, the Dominicans out here, my man. Come on now.
Salute! Salute!
We out here, man. Come on now.
Que lo que?
Que lo que?
Que lo que?
Dame luz.
Wah, wah, wah.
I have no idea what's going on right now.
Be safe, bro.
All right, man.
See you later, fam. KD, you got anything to say? If you guys don't follow KD's Burner on TikTok, follow him, bro. Great content, man.
Nah, I mean, I appreciate it. I didn't get to say much, but I tuned in, though. I appreciate it.
For sure, fam. We'll get you on next time, bro.
All right, bet. I'll see y'all.
Got you. For all you guys watching back on YouTube, man, for all you guys in the chat, tune in every Fridays, 12:30 Eastern time to get in. This was a fire-packed episode. It was actually amazing. Great turnout. Remember to tune in every Fridays, 12:30 Eastern time. If you're watching this back, like the damn video. Mars, do you have anything to say?
It was great talking to you guys. I mean, a lot of people have a lot to say in the comments. I see a couple people saying they're going to cook me, but then they don't want to come on the show. So this is your chance. Anyone who wants to cook me, and anyone wants to cook Dub, anyone who wants to talk basketball, instead of just hiding in the comments, every week, Friday, same time as this week. This is your chance. Don't miss out. Don't be a keyboard warrior. Say what you have to say. Talk basketball. Trust your knowledge. That's what this is all about.
That's a fact. That's what we're doing this. Appreciate the vibes, bro. Salute to y'all. Casuals on top. Y'all have a good Friday. Get lit on